up, everybody? Welcome to the 50-50 podcast. This is your boy, Illest Demeanor, and I'm here with my co-host.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Wes. Today is November 5th, 2023. This is episode 22. Got a special guest in the building, Mr. Milkimadeit. What's going on, man?
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Man, had to bring you back on the Lastsayso episode. I'll say it again. I think I've said it on air already, but one of my favorite episodes. And I'm hurt that I missed it. With my situation, we talked about it, got out of the hospital the day before, wasn't able to make it. Man, it's one of the best episodes. It's like right up there with Plain Jane's episode, the Kendrick Green episode. Like,
I think the energy was...
Hell yeah, man. That's good to hear, man. You get me and Loyal together, the energy's going to be...
Yeah, bro. I'm glad fucking Loyal went and picked you up, like, because it was just going to be...
Yeah, it was supposed to be just him. And he was like, no, he's like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm hungover. He was like, I was going to see if you want to go to this podcast. It's like... All right, I'll do it.
Yeah, I actually told him to go get you. Like, when he pulled in, I was like, "Where's Milky?" And he was like, "Oh man, he had a long night last night, man." And I was like, "Is he up?" And he was like, "Yeah, he was just getting up when I was on my way here." I was like, "Go get him, bro. Go get him." I was like, "I want him here. Go get him." And he was like, "All right." So yeah, welcome back.
Hell yeah, thank you.
Real quick, let's jump into this because you brought it up right before the episode, right before we started recording. Man, and we haven't touched on it yet. Episode 20, getting flagged. What the fuck do you think that's about?
Man, they probably don't want us talking about that stuff. I mean,
even somebody as little as we are, though, like.
I mean, maybe social media can detect.
That's what I think. I think they have things that like with the because they have things that detect like hate speech automatically. Yeah. Like I posted something, I said carts about like weed carts, and not even a second later it got taken down. Mm-hmm. So I think like maybe they can do the same shit with audio too or something.
That's
like it's like
they do.
It alerts something. It's like boom.
Because we was talking about what religion.
Let's talk about religion, Jeffrey Epstein, the whole Hollywood pedophile, just everything.
So they probably don't want us talking about that type of stuff.
Think about it. We did 3 hours, I think it was, or like right at 3 hours, close to 3 hours. Yeah. If they have something that can comb through a 3-hour conversation with multiple people talking and pick up on keywords or like you said, hate, like carts or whatever word they don't want you to say, that's insane.
Dude, I mean, technology is fucking it's advanced, and you see this AI shit they got now. It's
wow. So that just lets me know, like, okay, are we gonna have to start? What if you're saying like you can't say something? Like, what if you're not even talking about it?
That's why they're like you see a lot of these social media people like influencers and stuff. Everything is like bleeped out or censored. Like how people will like instead of saying suicide, they'll say unalive, like death. Oh, he got unalived.
Yeah. I see that a lot, especially like on Instagram. They'll say that a whole lot.
It started with the whole TikTok thing because TikTok is fucking strict.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Like, you can barely even I got banned from TikTok multiple times.
See, I got an account on there that my daughter made for me, but like I don't post, I don't go on there. Like she'll send me videos and I'll open up the app to see her videos, but other than that, like I'm not scrolling TikTok.
That goes to tell you how far technology is.
But it also goes to like censorship.
Yeah, censorship.
Yeah, they're taking away free speech, man. Like it's getting crazy, dude. The fact that, man,
you can't.
Is there free
speech? Say what you want to say, or be who you want to be, almost.
There's like what I've told people is like, there is free speech in America. Yeah. But with these fucking corporations like Facebook, YouTube, whatnot, that's not America. Those are corporations. So like they're gonna limit they're gonna limit whatever you if they're biased and they got an opinion of some sort of thing, like let's say the people that run Facebook and all that, let's say they're like real leftist or something. If something goes against what they believe, they have the right to take it down. There is no free speech. The Constitution really doesn't apply to Facebook, which sucks, but you know.
And I've even had to explain that to people because they're like, why can't I say this when it's something, and they're actually like, it is like hate speech. And they're saying like, why can't I say it's freedom of speech? But just like you touched on, it's not, it doesn't apply to Facebook. Facebook is a private business. So like, it's like going in the store and being like, well, why can't I come in here with my shirt off? Well, we have the no shirt, no shoes, no service type shit. They can do whatever. But just weird that that was episode 20, 19 episodes, and we've even talked about some of that stuff.
We have.
We didn't go into that much detail, but we've touched on like little parts of that. Never had a problem uploading, posting, nothing. And the thing that got me on, it said I was trying to get likes in a false way or something. Like, how do you get likes in a false way? By just saying.
People get likes in false ways all the time. That's
I thought that was the whole point of like social media. Like,
they're like,
you get likes. We don't like how you're getting those likes.
Yeah, this video is gonna draw a lot of attention, so people's gonna like this video. You can't do that.
You can't do that just because you retarded. Like, like that's like girls with their ass out. Like, is that not getting likes in a like malicious way or like
I don't think it's malicious.
Well, I can't think of the word that they use. It's like fictitious or some fucking weird thing. It didn't make no sense, but it was just weird that episode is gonna be the one to get flagged. And we've talked about some wild shit on some of these episodes, like episode 3 with Kendrick. Bro, when we go into the scenario, like where would y'all stop it?
The N-word. We started talking about that. And stop that.
I think that shit at the end though. So we did a hypothetical because we was talking about could you hook up with the trans woman?
Okay.
And we went into a very vulgar detail at the end when he's like, Kendra's like, you go in the bedroom, the move's set, y'all are about to do this. And boom, it hits your knee. Are you going through with it? And like it's just I don't know. I thought that one was gonna get us some backlash.
But the Epstein one did.
They're like, don't talk about the Hollywood elites. Don't talk about pedophiles.
Man, because number one, I think we was talking about Illuminati.
We was talking about Illuminati, the Freemasons, all of that. Yeah,
they don't want us talking about that type of stuff.
We're gonna have to stop saying like sex. We gotta say, what do they say? Segs. SEGGS. Segs. Like little code words. I don't know, it's just a weird thing.
Epstein, he probably had the government. He was probably paying off officers, paying off the government. The president had something to do with it.
Well, he had so many presidents fly with him on his private jet. Like Bill Clinton, I think, was 7 times flying. Just a wild thing.
Out there, so it was like, nope, you can't post this on social media.
This shit's already out there. Everybody knows, and nobody believes Epstein killed himself. Everybody thinks he was killed. Like, just so happens the guards wasn't around when he killed himself. The cameras stopped working. Like, come on, man. We're not even trying to like hide it no more. We're just basically saying, hey, y'all fuck with the government too much, we'll kill you, make it look like an accident, or make it look like you unalived yourself. Unalived yourself. Man, coming fresh off Camp Sayso. How'd it go?
Bro, it was amazing. I had a wonderful time. Me and my homeboy Mike, we pulled out there like 2 days early to set up the camper, like RV thing, and just do some work and whatnot. Basically, also partied for the 2 days we were out there. But no, as soon as it happened, man, like it was a big event. Lots of people out there. Hella good vibes. Like the music was great. Honestly, I spent the whole time basically like I'm pretty sure most of the pictures you can see of me. If I'm not on the stage, I'm in a fucking golf cart because I was because I got a bad leg, so I was like, man, I'm gonna help however I can, but I'm getting the keys in one of the fucking golf carts. Right. So I got a golf cart and I fucking was just riding around, just helping everybody, you know, doing stuff. Because there was a big field, like the stage is over here, and it's probably like a 10-minute walk to the second stage.
Damn.
Okay. So it's a lot of ground to cover. So I was, just rolling around, helping everybody with what they needed help with. Honestly, I ended up flipping a golf cart too.
Okay.
Yeah.
How?
I was arguing. It was as fun as it was. There was a lot of tension because everybody behind the scenes, it's the event. Running an event is stressful. So, everybody's kind of on edge and everything. I got into a little altercation with somebody, I forgot who, but they were yelling at me, and I was like, it was dark, and I turned around in the golf cart, and I was like, and I just floored it, and they're like, no, don't go that way. And it was the person I was arguing with, so I'm like, fuck you, I'll go whatever fucking way. And I flipped this right on the side, and boy, I tell you, I just laid there. I just sat there with my hands still on the steering wheel, just like, because I was so embarrassed.
Yeah.
You know, like you argue with somebody, and you're arguing with somebody, and then like you're like fuck you, and you take off, and they tell you not to do something. You're like I'm gonna do that anyway, and and I was like, damn, that's why he was telling me not to fucking do that.
It had shit to do with the argument.
So I'm looking up you say, but the car was fine. But yeah, man, it was just all around. It was a great time, man. People had a blast. I met a lot of cool people. The production team there was everybody behind the scenes was fucking on point. Yeah. And I don't know how we managed to do it. We only had 2 security guards out there, but wow.
How many people? If you could pick a number, how many people you think?
It was honestly it was not as big as a turnout as last year, but I would say it was about 200, between 2 and 250.
Okay, that's not bad.
No. I mean, like it was a. We were hoping for a lot more, but you know. Yeah. Everybody that was out there had a fucking phenomenal time though. Every time I talk to people about it, they're excited about it, had a good time. Like the fucking 3 days after Camp Sayso, because I scroll on Facebook a lot. Yeah. All my feed was Camp Sayso. Like I didn't see nothing besides Camp Sayso. Just people posting pictures saying they had a good time. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm already ready for next year. Honestly, like it was a lot of work, but it was fun.
yeah. I seen how you were doing. How you had like the lineup. So y'all had something like early in the morning. Yeah. 10, 11 in the morning. And then y'all were going all the way. I even seen something where y'all had
6 a.m.
Yeah, I was like,
we like in the earlier in the day we had like comedy. We had a wedding ceremony on the stage.
Pictures of that. Yeah,
this couple got married out there. Colby Loyal actually. Was the fucking what's it called? The ordained minister. Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
You got people out there at 6 o'clock.
Oh yeah. Oh man, at a festival, man, there's gonna be people. Bro. That 5 days I was there, and I wasn't on no drugs. I mean, I drank. Yeah. But I probably slept like collectively that 5 days, probably 8 hours.
God dang.
Dude. There was moments where like I had to take a nap and stuff. Yeah. There was a lot of stuff to do. Like people were stressed because we had a lot going on. So I'm just staying busy. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna help however I can, and I'm just staying up. Like, and I remember I pulled up on, I think it was Haley or somebody, and I was like, does anybody need help with something? They're like, yeah, have you napped? And I was like, yeah, I napped. And they're like, okay, well, we need this done. And I was like, bet. And I drove off and had somebody in the car with me. I was like, I did not. But at one point, I remember Laurel was out there. He was pretty lit, and somebody told me, like, I think it was Haley again. She was like, hey, I need you to get, like, Loyal needs to go to bed. He needs to take a nap because they got stuff coming up. Yeah. I fucking walked up, grabbed his ass. I was like, bro. I was like, hey. I saw him talking to Staples, and I was like, dude, you need to lay down and take a nap, dude. Like, just for a little bit. He's like, you're right. Okay, I'll do it. And then I walk off, and I walk back. I was like, bro, you gotta lay down, dude. Go to bed. And then the next day,
I can only imagine, bro. Like when you got so much stuff going on, it's like your event. Yeah. Like I don't want to take a nap. Yeah,
no. Or that's how I felt. Like that's how I felt too. That's not even my event. But I was like, I got. But Kobe woke up the next day. He was like, man, I'm fucking glad you ran up to me and told me to take a nap. He was like, well, I'm ready to do this now.
Apex going on in a couple hours. I ain't taking no nap. So-and-so going on in like 10 minutes. I don't want to miss the show. Yeah, I ain't taking a nap.
I felt like that's how I felt. I felt like I needed to be there because like I had a 4-hour shift. That's all I had to that's what I was told to work. A 4-hour shift doing stage artist management or whatever. Like getting the artist checked in, just making sure everything's good. But that 4 hours turned into the whole 3 days because I was. It was like Haley was like, "Hey, you don't have to do anymore," and I was like, "No, I'm doing this. I'm staying busy." Yeah. And at one point, there was no DJ for somebody. Lastsayso was like needed somebody to DJ. There was no DJ there or some shit. I don't remember. I was so scatterbrained. I was just like, "Look, I got it," and I don't even know how to use the CDJs that were up there, but I've had to figure it out. So I DJ for him, and then I was like a DJ for I think another artist.
I believe that because I've seen you at like shows and stuff where you're up there by the music. Even though you're in a crowd, I see you're like, I'm like,
Yeah, always talking to
like,
the people.
Yeah, you're like the speakers and stuff. You're like, hey man, I can't hear in this speaker. Turn this up. I've seen you. Or you actually go on stage and you're like messing with the music and stuff. So,
because I can't. Even if it's not modern, man. This is Camp Sayso. I want it to be. I want everybody to enjoy it. And if I'm in the crowd and I can't hear something, I'm like, I'm sure nobody else can see him. He's like, I'll be looking for the sound guy like, hey.
Take your hand off the. They can't hear you.
Quit cupping the mics. Rappers need to stop. Rappers need to stop cupping the mic.
Yeah. Like going back to how do you nap when? Okay, so it's a 5-day festival.
Oh, it's a 3-day festival. We were just there 2 days.
Okay. So even for a 3-day festival, you got, I'm sure, vendors, people setting up, let alone the artists going on stage. And like you said, this is basically, well, I mean, it is y'all. It's Camp Sayso, Lastsayso. It's your brand, your whole thing. You want it to be perfect. How do you not stay hands on the whole time? Like,
It's like that's why we have a whole team, you know, like of the people that are like the people that are running it and all that stuff.
And that's what I was about to ask you. Do y'all have an outside?
I'm okay. It's the team that really like put it together. Is Loyal, his fiance Haley, Mike, and Staples, and making sure I'm not missing them. Those are the main people that are like, you know, behind the scenes coordinating everything and all that. I'm kind of on the sidelines, you know, just helping like with ideas here and there or whatever. But they're the main ones. But they hired like, you know, production team, you know, stage hands and whatnot. So there was a crew out there that we know and trust and we've worked with before. Dalton Richmond, Jesse Fenwick, Flintwick, like you know, so like those are the audio guys, so they knew what they were doing. So like everybody, those 4 people, including me, we're all trying to stay hands on the whole time, because it's kind of hard to fucking, you know. If you want something done right, do it yourself, basically. You know, it's hard to fucking put that trust in other people to do shit, and you know, and since it's our thing, it's Camp Sayso. We don't want it to look bad on it's gonna reflect on us. So we gotta, you know, it's stressful as it is. We're gonna be hands on.
So for sure, Camp Sayso 2024.
Yeah. We're already discussing dates and all that.
50-50 got to get in
bro,
there.
and it's the thing. So I heard Loyal gave an invitation to Sean. It was me that said, hey, y'all can come out. Y'all can set up.
Yeah.
Man, when he told me that, bro, for one, I was sad as fuck because we don't have nothing ready.
We don't have our merch.
We don't have a banner, merch.
Yeah, but this is gonna be there's another one coming up, so you guys got plenty of time.
That's what I was telling you. Like,
dope as hell, man. Like, get a table set up and like you could you know, section it off and, you know, have people just random party goers, festival goers and stuff, you know, come up and
15-minute podcast,
and little short things, and you guys stay out there long enough, you're gonna get some very interesting stuff. I promise you that.
Be ready. We're gonna be ready.
Well, I think just like even doing like walk around, one camera, one mic, almost like an interview. Like a festival interview type thing, walking up to people like, hey, like, what have y'all been doing here? Like, how y'all enjoy the show? What's the craziest thing you've seen here? Man, I can only imagine.
Yeah, you guys definitely need to come out to 2024. That's gotta happen. I'm holding y'all to it now.
We're gonna be ready.
You got ideas on where? Same location? Or?
I don't know. Like I said, I'm not really one of the ones like, you know, in the big meetings and all that stuff. I'm in some of the meetings and all that, but I don't know what they're doing with locations and stuff. We've had 2 different locations. I don't remember where the other one was, but this one was the Circle Ranch outdoor park in Hartman. And we might keep the same location. I don't know. That's all up to them. Personally, in my opinion, I feel like it should be a smaller location. You know, it was really big. It was super big. It's a nice area. It's just big.
It just felt too spread out.
Yeah.
That's pros and cons, man.
Like, because there's obviously, you know, people like, I like to camp usually away from the stage and stuff, but there was obviously people out there like, you know, way out in the woods and stuff. There was also a fucking canoe out there because there's a little creek, and I got a homeboy. I'm not gonna say his name, but he was out there. I picked him up. He was tripping. Like there's a lot of acid stuff out there, and I knew where to get it. Also, I'm just running back and forth, getting people, like taking people to the. Somebody called him the Wizard. He was like, hey, you take me to the Wizard, and I was like, yeah, hop in. Took him to the Wizard. I didn't see him all night. Then I drove back to the second stage, and I was like, what's up, dude? Hop in. And he fucking gets in. He was like, yeah, man, I almost drowned last night, man. After you took me to the Wizard, and I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, I found a fucking canoe sitting over there, and I got in it, and there was a hole in it when I was out in the water. I was like, bro, you were crazy. I was like, who the fuck takes a bunch of acid as much as you did and goes, oh, I need to get in that canoe.
I need to be in water.
I gotta get in that canoe.
Like, I need water around me right now. Like,
yeah.
I don't like water, like, sober. I couldn't imagine being on acid.
Yeah.
See, acid is one thing I'm scared of. I think I would have, like, a fucking psychotic break.
Love it, man.
I'll stick to mushrooms, but acid's a whole other level.
I think Camp Sayso 2022. Yeah, Camp Sayso 2022. A guy had a vial of some liquid acid. And, he was like, you want some? And I was like, man, I don't know. And this is when I'm dealing with my fucking, like, struggling with my addiction. Like, I'm still, like, relapsing over and over. And I was like, man, I don't know, dude. And he's like, man, just do it. And I was like, how much you think I should do it? He goes, he just puts, like, his finger gun in his mouth and goes, and I was like, fuck it. And I swear, like,
what does that even mean?
Like
all of it?
Yeah, I didn't know what he meant either. I just figured he meant just fucking blow your brains out.
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, okay, bet. So I fucking squirt like 6 drops, and if you know what acid is, like a drop is enough.
Yeah.
But I was tripping so hard that I could not see like the reality in front of me. Like fucking swear like I had like this vivid hallucination of like some robot like goddess like reached down and put her fucking hand on my head.
Yeah.
And like everybody's fucking distorted, like their faces are all just like fractal and geometric and shit. Everybody looked like fucking aliens. It was wild, man. Yeah.
So what do? You just gotta ride it out?
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Once you take the acid, you're done. Unless you get you can kind of chill it out with a Xanax bar, but
yeah.
Nah, man, acid, it's gonna last, and you gotta sit with it, man. That's why I still, even though I don't do like hard drugs like fentanyl or nothing anymore, I still do acid. I still do shrooms, man, and that's what I love. I love tripping because like even bad trips, man, those uncomfortable trips, that's the shit where you learn something, man. Yep. If you're having a bad trip and you're uncomfortable, that's your mind telling you like
we got some shit to deal with.
You got some shit to fucking confront.
You see, I tell people the same shit. Like, if you're, like they say, especially for like ayahuasca, which I've never done, but for mushrooms, like if you feel like it's going negative, it's better to embrace that negative.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm not saying like you can't try to change it, make it a little better, but that means you got to focus on some shit, whether it be death or fucking whatever the fuck it is. Mine was death the last time I did them. Like, it was all fucking, I'm not gonna be here. What's not existing gonna feel like my mind couldn't comprehend it.
Did it bring like the old memories back?
It's hard to describe, man. It's not, and for everybody it's different. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So what I got from it was like, first it's fun. Like when it first hits, it's the best.
When you say fun, what do you mean?
Like you feel great.
Yeah, like it puts you in a good mood. Like shrooms have been there's clinical research showing that like it helps with like depression and stuff. Like,
so I've been trying to tell them, bro.
Honestly, I microdose shrooms sometimes because I don't like antidepressants. I don't like pills like that.
That's
I'll take like a little like a piece of a mushroom. Nothing to really like make you fucking like even visually see anything, but you can feel it. Like you microdose like a little bit a day, and you just like in a good mood, like your serotonin's just going, and you're just like it's natural. It's a natural medicine. It's on this planet for us to consume, and it's supposed to help us.
Yeah, and it's a lot better than like you said SSRI.
Yeah, and then like that shit, you get withdrawals and stuff. Man, like yeah, man, on Depakote, I couldn't feel my dick. Like
that's no joke, bro. Like some of these things, like make it to. And I didn't even think about that when we talked about taking SSRIs before, like. I knew it made me like zone the fuck out. Like I went what I call like autopilot.
It makes you fucking zombie mode.
Yeah, bro, exactly. I would go like 4 to 5 hours out of my day, and I would have no recollection. And I'd be like,
what you did?
Nothing. And I'd be at work though, and I'm like, what have I been doing? And they're like, you just been working. You've been talking to nobody. You just doing your thing. Yeah. And I'm like, so I've been working, right? Like I'm not just fucking standing here. And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't remember, but
it's crazy.
I totally forgot about dick don't work. Like
for the first month, so my dick nose fuck. I couldn't do nothing.
Yeah.
So you trying to piss and you like
you can piss like sexual.
You like sexually like you like it would function. It'd get hard, but it ain't do.
Yeah.
But
like it's numb.
Those pills, man, they have all those fucking like kind of side effects. But you look like shrooms and shit, man. Like they help treat alcoholism, man. I remember when I used to drink heavily, and when I started tripping, like man, I just kind of chilled out on it. You listen to Mike Tyson talk about shrooms. That's what. When I was living in California, I had an ounce of shrooms, and I was still, like even though I got off the fentanyl and all that, and I got a job and all that. I was still struggling with just like who I was as a person, and like just like I felt like I was just not doing my like full potential. I felt like I could be doing better, so I ate some shrooms about it.
And
I laid there, and usually I can go to sleep like on shrooms and stuff. I couldn't sleep, and I was just like just struggling in my head, and I was like, bro, like what the fuck am I doing with my life? And I fucking turned on a Mike Tyson podcast, and I listened to him on shrooms while he's on shrooms talking to his therapist, and listen to that whole thing. And that's when I was like realizing like the shrooms. I was like this trip, like whenever that uncomfortable trip hits you, it's like this is showing you something. You need to fucking your mind is telling you need to fucking like do something about your situation.
Have you ever seen Hotboxing with Mike Tyson? Podcast? Have you seen him take a handful of shrooms and fucking
just eat them? Yeah.
That I don't recommend. I'm not gonna lie. I don't recommend it for everybody. But
he says he dang near takes them every day.
It doesn't help to take them every day.
Yeah, the thing about psilocybin and like mushrooms and stuff and acid as well is if you take, let's say I were to take 3 grams a day, I'm gonna have a pretty good trip. But if I take 3 grams tomorrow, it's not gonna do anything. I mean, I might feel a little bit. You have to double the dose basically. Like, and if you take 6 grams the next day you're gonna have to take
maybe 8.
Probably 12.
Close to 12. But that's the thing with mushrooms; it's not meant to be done every day. You can microdose every day, but that's a difference than like full on tripping. But it blocks the nerve receptors, and it doesn't give you the full effect. Yeah. So like I do them, like I said, once every 4 or 5 years, maybe. Like if that. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of like when I'm going through shit, and like you said, when I feel like.
Need a mental reboot.
Yeah, exactly. Best way to put it. It's like a whole reboot of your system, and it lets you see clearly. Like you're not hung up on all like materialistic bullshit or like, oh, my job's fucking shit. It's like, no. What's really the fucking problem in my life, and like, what's the steps I can do to fix it? Mushrooms will fucking like almost guide you down that fucking path.
Yeah, man.
Like, and it's weird to say, but it does. And like I told you, it made me believe in like, I don't want to say like God, but
it did this, man. The same thing, man. Crazy. Like, when I took him, I started to realize I was like, God is everything.
Yes.
Like, and this comes from like I'm a self-proclaimed Satanist, which I'm not going to go into that, but so I don't really necessarily believe in the God or the devil.
Right.
But yeah, man, like it makes me feel like it connects you to everything, like the world, I guess. And I took a bunch of shrooms recently. And I was fucking downstairs, and I was like, I don't know what I was tripping about. I was like, man, I saw my grandma's Yahtzee thing on the table, and I was like, man, don't nobody play with my grandma. Like, nobody plays no fucking Yahtzee with my grandma. Nobody picks up in this damn house. I was like, feeling empathy for everything. Like,
grandma, go play Yahtzee.
It was like 5 a.m. I was like, man, let me play some Yahtzee with my grandma. Yeah. And she probably going to listen to this podcast too, hi, grandma.
That's what it does, bro. It makes you feel a connection to everybody. Like, we talked about this on, I think it was Dana's episode, matter of fact.
Okay.
I was telling you that it makes me see that everybody is a version of me, just living a different perspective. Okay. And not just me, like, self-centered, but, like, I'm everybody, too. Yeah. I'm just a different version of you that grew up with a different set of circumstances that led me to here.
Okay.
It's just, and it's hard to explain, like, sober, like you can kind of grasp the idea of it, but like to feel that and to know we're all connected is a fucking crazy.
So you gotta take them to know. You gotta take them
to really understand it. Yeah, you do. And then the whole God thing, it makes me feel like we worship an invisible God, or people do. I don't want to say we because I don't, but we'll worship this invisible God in the sky, but then we destroy nature, who I feel is God. I feel nature and everything in it is God in and of itself, and we destroy that, but like then we pray to like the heavens or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. It's a weird thing to describe, but it's, man, the first kick on, like for me, I don't know about for you, Milky, but visually, colors get really fucking beautiful. That's how I know, like, oh shit, here we go. Yeah. I'm just sitting there, bro, and like the colors glow.
No, I'll radiate. I'll tell you that. When I hear the story of the first time I ever tripped, is me and Loyal was back when last time we were talking about that where me and Loyal used to live.
Yeah,
party house.
Yeah.
I think I was like, I don't know how old I was, probably like 19 or 20 or some shit. And then Colby, Loyal, I keep saying Colby, but Loyal comes in and he's like, hey, I got some shrooms. It was me, him, and Haley, I think. Yeah, this thing, just me, him, and Haley. And he was like, we're gonna take some shrooms and we're gonna sit down and watch Adventure Time. And I was like, fuck yeah, that sounds dope as fuck. And then we started watching what was it? The fucking movie with Riff Raff or whatever.
Oh, goddamn.
Summer or something.
Yeah. Riff Raff, James Franco, fucking. God damn it! If you wouldn't have said it, yeah. It's that crazy movie. It was a scene where they're robbing somebody and we're tripping. The trip starts happening, and I was like, "No, let's switch it to Adventure Time." And we start watching Adventure Time. Nigel, oops, I'm not gonna say that. Nigel calls me and says he's gonna come over. Yeah. He comes over and kicks it with us, and says he's gonna, like, some chicks are gonna come over or some shit. And I was like, already tripping, and I was like, fuck it, yeah, bring these chicks can come over. I was like, what are they doing? And I'm assuming they're trying to party. Yeah. And it's my first time on shrooms. Yeah. And these girls get there, and they're already fucking wasted, like trash. And there's 3 of them, and like fucking, I'm just trying to watch Adventure Time and trip. These girls are like, these cartoons. Yeah, I want my cartoons, and I just want to chill. And these girls are fucking like got bottles, and I can already tell they're gonna be an issue. And I'm like fucking just trying to stay away from them. So I walk out to the backyard, and this one girl walks up to me and puts her arm around me. She's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm just chilling, looking at the grass." She's like, "I bet the grass looks so cool. I want to trip so bad." And I'm like, "Okay, that's cool. I'm gonna go this way." Walk off, and then I fucking go up the stairs, because the studio, we told you about that little studio we had. You've been to that one, haven't you? The one on May Avenue?
Yeah, I have. Yeah. Oh, that's the one before you
the big house. Yeah, the big, yeah. So I go up the stairs, and I'm fucking sitting there just on the computer trying to get away from these girls. And this girl follows me up there and sits next to me. And I'm just like, fuck, dude, like, just fuck off, please. And she's like, hey, I don't know what the fuck she was saying, but then her sister comes, I see her in the hallway, standing there looking at her, and she's like, hey, he doesn't want to talk to you. Can you leave him alone? She's like, shut up, he doesn't want to talk to you. And I was like, oh, hell no. So I stand up, take off running, and then jump down the fucking stairs. I literally jumped down the stairs, like sprinting from this chick. She fucking comes out on the back porch, starts like throwing dog toys at me and shit. Oh. And this is the first time I ever tripped. Yeah. It was a pretty good time though.
Dealing with somebody drunk when you're sober, dealing with somebody drunk is fucking annoying. Yeah. Especially females. I don't know why. Yeah. It's fucking. But on
shrooms, it's worse.
Oh, because whenever you're tripping, everything is a lot more like intense. You feel everything like happiness, and like you feel everybody's vibes. Like if I'm tripping and you come around me, I'm gonna sense your vibe, like how you are. If you're aggressive or whatever. But a drunk chick,
it's all over the place. It's crazy.
And this wasn't even. And these chicks weren't just your typical drunk chicks. I don't know. Something was literally wrong with them. Like they were acting like fucking animals, dude.
Normal drunk chicks. Chicks get drunk and I don't know.
I've drank with a lot of chicks. This is I'm well versed in this. So this was, I don't know. I think she was possessed.
That's crazy. Throwing dog toys and shit.
At one point, she was contorting her body like she was demonically possessed. I swear, dude.
That's that shit.
That's that shit.
Milky, he was so. That's that shit. He was like,
dude, she had her legs like, I don't know, bro. It was like a pretzel, bro.
How are you doing that? What are you doing with your body?
So
that's crazy.
That's your first trip?
Yeah, that was my first trip ever.
Let's see. That's a pretty wild fucking. That would have pissed me off to have
one?
A first trip. Yeah. Mine wasn't bad. I remember it was me and a girl. She was like, "Hey, let's do shrooms." I think she had done them once before, and I was like, "Okay, we'll do them." We're at her mom's trailer in fucking Arcoma, fucking shitty fucking place anyway. Like, not a good place to do shrooms. But her bedroom was kind of cool. Like, she had Christmas lights around the thing, and I was like, okay. For some reason, I took my keys, and I was like, I'm gonna hide these because I don't want to drive. I was like, I think I'm gonna be too fucked up, and I put them up somewhere. And then we're sitting there smoking. I even rolled some up in a blunt. I remember because I didn't know how to take them. Like, we ate some, and I put some like stems in the blunt. I'm smoking, and I remember like it was like a tidal wave, boom, hits me, and I knew it was coming on, and I was like, oh fuck, put the blunt out, and I laid back like this for some reason. I don't know why. I crossed my arms like I was going down a water slide. I was like, it's coming. And I just laid there, and then like I said, colors, the fucking Christmas lights started like radiating, and it was just it felt like so love. Beautiful. Yeah. Well, she's like, hey, I'm gonna go take a shower real quick, and I'm like, okay, cool. She goes and showers, and it feels like days that she's in the shower, and I'm in a stranger's home who I've only been there like once or twice. I'm looking at these pictures around her house, and I'm like, who are these people? And I'm trying to figure out, how are they related to me? And I'm like, God damn it, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed that this is my niece and this is my nephew, and I can't remember their fucking names. Yeah. Like, it was just weird. And then she comes out, and like it all like goes away. And she's like, you wanna go somewhere? And I'm like, yeah. And like I can drive and everything. I shouldn't have, but I drove. Yeah. The only thing that I can say that was like trippy, other than the whole like not recognizing the kids in the picture. Like once she came out, it hit me, and I was like, oh, I don't know these people.
Yeah, this isn't my house.
Yeah, I shouldn't know these people.
Yeah.
The only thing that tripped me out was coming down. Matter of fact, my apartment's right there by the mall where Laurel used to live years ago. I actually went over there a few times, like with a homeboy, Nick. You know Nick Rodriguez? Yeah, Nick. Right there. Like, right as you get into those apartments, there's a stoplight in front of the mall. This dog walks in front of the car. It's like 3 a.m. No cars on Rogers or nothing. Dog walks out in front of us, so I stop. And I'm sitting there waiting for this dog to cross the street, and it looks at us. And, like, she's seeing it, too. Yeah. You know? And, like, we're watching this dog, and I'm like, what the fuck's this dog doing? And then it just falls over into the road and becomes the fucking stripes in the road. What? That's the only thing I've ever like hallucinated on shrooms. Everything else is like stuff that's there and it will like
wavy,
move, or it will breathe. Like, but that was like a fucking full. And I was like, "You seen that, right?" And she was like, "The dog." I'm like, "Okay, so you."
I'm not crazy.
I'm not. I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know if there really was a dog and it took off running and our mind didn't comprehend.
It became the street.
Typically when you trip, you ain't gonna see like actual like people. You know, you'll hear stories. People are like, I saw a bunch of little green aliens.
No, you don't.
You don't see them.
Nope, you don't.
That shit. So I did take some. They have different strains. Mm-hmm. I did take some recently though that put me in fucking cartoon land. Like I don't know if you've done DMT, but I've done a lot of DMT.
I want to.
But it was like talk to me later.
Yep.
It was like the way DMT feels like it's like fucking you don't see anything in front of you. Everything's just spectral. It's just crazy, like intense waves of like geometric shapes and stuff. And people have talked about seeing entities and stuff. I'm not gonna go into all that because I haven't reached that point yet. But I took some shrooms recently that fucking looked like I was on DMT. I was walking around. I was just walking around at like 3 a.m. That's what I like to do sometimes. I'll just take a bunch of shrooms and just go walk around out in Forest Mentis and just go look at shit.
Yeah, nature is the best on shrooms. Like, I recommend that to anybody. Like, unless like you can be in the house, like I said, lights for some reason. And the last time I did them, matter of fact, was around Christmas time. I told you at my house, I was laying on the floor looking at the Christmas lights on the ceiling. Yeah, and they were just fucking doing this. And I'm just
swaying back and forth.
I'm just like, man,
side to side.
My daddy said he used to fucking when the power was out in the apartment or whatever, and he was on acid. He said he used to fucking tie trash bags to the ceiling fan, put a pan under them, and then light it and watch it melt. I was like, first off, that doesn't sound safe at all, but like, what the fuck is you?
Acid, I bet you that would be trippy as fuck.
Probably.
Holy shit. See, and okay, so back to the whole shrooms hallucinate. When people, anytime somebody's like, yeah, man, I took mushrooms and, like, this came out the wall, I usually don't believe them. I'm like, bro, that's not how mushrooms work. Like, you don't see shit that isn't there.
So, yeah, that's what, that's what with the 6 hits of acid that I was talking about. I don't know if it was in my mind or what, but like I felt like I looked up and there was like a fucking goddess and just like.
Did it scare you?
No, it was just, man, it was 6 hits of Liquid L. I was just, I've done so much psychedelics at this point. I don't know. I don't have bad trips. Because I've been in I've been in jail on acid. I've fucking been in fights on acid. But no, I don't know. It felt just intense. Like I felt her touch my head, and then as soon as that happened, I just projectile vomited anywhere. I remember at one point. Well, I don't remember, but I guess I was just laying behind my homeboy's RV, just like in the grass, just like this. And my homeboy Dosho walked up. He's trying to take a piss over there, and he's about to piss on me, I guess. And he's like, "What the fuck you doing down there, dude?" I was like, "I don't know, man."
You ever had anxiety due to psychedelics at all?
I mean, no more than usual. Like
just like the
you get
shit.
a little that little feeling, but no.
No, panic attack type situation.
No. I mean, the only one time, yes, kind of, but that was because my ex-wife was with me and she was being her.
So it just kind of ruined the
Yeah. She was just way too intense for me. But no, I mean,
what was you on that time? Just mushrooms or?
No, acid.
Acid again?
But no, I mean, I've been in a cop car on acid. I've had to fucking stop fucking crazy ass fights while on acid. That's pretty intense.
How can you? I've never done acid, so walk me through the difference. So I have a point of reference with mushrooms. How different is it from mushrooms?
Okay, so mushrooms I feel is more like happy, chill vibe, like acid's like electric mushrooms. It's like more intense visuals. It's very similar to mushrooms, but it's also like it lasts longer, obviously. Right. I'm gonna explain how it affects me. Mushrooms. When I'm on mushrooms, I'm down to just like chill and vibe, laugh, goof off, and everything's fucking hilarious. You give me acid, I'm a fucking daredevil. Like I don't give a fuck. Like I will party. Like acid's a party drug. I can chug Hennessy with it doesn't taste like anything. I will jump off cliffs. I literally took acid. I'm terrified of heights. I took acid in the Rocky Mountains a couple years ago, and I was tripping fucking hard, and I was up at the peak, and I'm looking down, like hundreds of feet down, and there's like little ravines and stuff that are like little gaps, and I'm just jumping over these fucking like cliffs and shit, and if I'm sober, bro, I'm terrified of heights. You won't catch me on a fucking ladder. Yeah.
So is it kind of like you said, mushrooms is more chill?
Yeah,
does acid give you like the up feeling?
Yeah, it's more like. It's a party. It's like more of a party vibe.
Yeah.
Like if I take acid, I feel like I'm
ready for anything.
I can sprint. Yeah. Dude, I love working out on shrooms and acid and shit, man. I will trip and work out, man. Like whenever you're tripping and working out, that shit is.
Never tried to work out.
Because you back in ancient history, the Vikings the berserkers used to take handfuls of mushrooms and then go into battle.
Yep. That's where the term "going berserk" came from. Yeah. From the berserkers, I think. There's a story, and I'm sure if people listen to podcasts, I've heard the story before. But like they were like surrounded by some kind of enemy thing, and they had like a whole bunch of mushrooms, and they put them in the fucking stew, chugged it, basically stripped naked, and was like, "Let's go, motherfuckers!" And went crazy on these people. And they were called the berserkers, and now we got the term like going berserk. If somebody goes berserk, that's what it's from. But yeah,
I didn't know that.
I've never had that. I've never had mushrooms.
Because I know berserk means like go crazy.
Yeah, that would be a terrifying thing to see. You fucking see a bunch of fucking big
naked
fucking dudes on shrooms with axes. I'm out. I'm out that bitch.
Fucking running through the woods and shit, screaming. Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to join their side and be a big naked dude on acid, on shrooms with a battle axe.
Running at you, just hold up, man. Yeah. Get my little dick out in the cold too. How y'all dick still big? My shit froze like. No.
So I want to talk about your. We're going back to music. We're gonna get into music a little bit. You say your pop-up studios.
Studio, yeah.
Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, we just posted on the Lucidome Sound and Visual page. By the way, yeah, check out Lucidome Sound and Visual, Lucidome. That's how you spell that. But we did one. I think it was a few months ago. Mm-hmm. We did we basically get an Airbnb, a nice one at that, and it's just pop up. We pop up. Put a studio in there, you know. Yeah. We do it differently than we used to do the studio here. Mm-hmm. So we, since it's an Airbnb and you know, obviously we're only gonna be there for like a day. Yeah. We have people that are gonna, and who knows if we have enough people, it might be 2 days, but 2 or 3. But we have people lock in and put a deposit in, and then they can come through, you know, get their songs done. I think at the moment I'm gonna be the only person. Last time we had Simo, he was the engineer there. Okay. It's gonna be me this time. I don't know if we'll have somebody else as well. Yeah. People, you know, just come in, do their songs. We'll have, you know, multiple rooms and stuff to be doing other stuff. So it's not like we could have music going on in this room, photo shoot going on in another room. Yeah. So basically, this pop-up studio, like if anybody wants to come do anything, you know. Media related, you know, whatever it is,
inclusive one-stop shop.
Come through, come get photos done, you know, shit. Do a fucking podcast in one of the rooms. Do a video, whatever, you know. Like it's not limited to just, you know, musicians and stuff. Like
so you'll just post the location.
Yeah, we'll have the location after, and we'll send the location out to. It's not going to be like. We're not going to post it on the page. Okay. It's going to be, you know, people are going to be, it's going to be specific people that, like, you know, have paid the deposits, and they're all going to come, they're going to get the location, be able to pull up, and it's, like, last time we did, we also just kind of hung out, too. Like, we worked, there was a pool out back, but...
I think I've seen a video of y'all doing that, didn't you? Yeah. Did y'all post a video, like almost like a vlog type thing?
Yeah, we might have. I think Kobe handles all that, so I'm not sure. But yeah, there was a pool last time, so, you know, we obviously, you know, had some drinks and stuff, you know, hung out, kicked it, and I'm planning on the next pop-up studio, which should be, Loyal just posted on Lucidome saying that it'll be, the date's going to be announced soon. Okay. But the next one, what I'm hoping to do is we've got a new song coming out called Gnarly. We performed that at Camp Sayso. Hoping to do a video shoot at the pop-up studio as well. Okay. So that's also what people can do when they go to the studios. Do your track, and you know, you get a quick mix for it. And if you want to shoot a video right then and there, you can go ahead and do that. Like, dope. You know, record the song, do the video, and you got the whole thing. Shit, we can even make a cover art right there too.
Dope. How long do y'all give an artist if they booked?
Wait, do you mean give an artist?
Like, how much time does it
it's like, I mean, like, it just depends on how, you know, how much time they need, you know, like, it's going to be, I don't know how he was, Loyal was doing the pricing,
like so much an hour.
But I'm sure it'll be, you know, by the hour or whatever.
Okay. I was going to say, that'd be pretty dope. Go and knock out a song, get the video done, like you said, even get a fucking photo shoot. Are y'all the first to do that, or did y'all get that idea from somewhere else?
I mean, I'm sure other people have done it, but I don't know anybody else doing it.
I've never heard it. Yeah,
that's a dope strategy.
I think it's just gonna be better in the long run, just because, like, you know, we don't have to the studio here downstairs. That was always getting flooded and shit, and that was a hassle. But you know, this is an Airbnb, so you know we get to just go in there, get everything done, and then just leave. You know, like, and it's pretty convenient, and I think it'll be better, honestly, too. You know, because that way, you know, we're working with the people that are serious. You know, the people that are seriously wanting to work. Like, you know, if somebody's gonna put down a deposit, to you know, get in this pop-up studio, like they're serious about their shit.
They're not gonna come in.
And it's not gonna be nobody. They're not gonna be flaking or nothing like that. I'm not gonna be doing none of that shit. It'll be
you already put your money down.
Yeah, exactly. So like we got this Airbnb. Let's say 10 people have locked in. I know those 10 people are gonna be there. They've already sent the deposit, so it's going down.
Do y'all do it like just in Fort Smith, or do y'all go different places and offer it?
The last one was actually in Greenwood.
Okay.
It was a pretty nice one though. But like I'm sure it'll be in this area, roughly this area, Fort Smith, anywhere around here.
Yeah, that's dope. I ain't never heard that before. Anybody doing like a whole one stop shop for everything entertainment. How do you? Because I've done recording. We talked about this before. Like especially in my high school days, man. Like we'd go into like what I would consider album mode, and you would stay in the studio legit. Because it usually be in the summertime when we'd go into album mode. That's when we do all our recording, our songwriting, and then when we go back to school, we'd have a CD to sell. How do you keep that energy all day for artists?
That's a good question.
Because I know I get burnt out. Like,
oh, you talking about like
just musically? Yeah. Like, how do you keep that? How do you, for the first guy that came in, that energy that you have? Like, man, let's make this song. For the last guy, how do you maintain that?
That's a good question.
Okay, that's a good question.
That's a good one.
I'm not gonna lie, man. Like back before, previously, I was a heavy drinker. And I would, maintain a steady buzz throughout the whole day.
That just helped you.
And then whenever I stopped drinking and I got into heroin and fentanyl, like it was the drugs that helped me, manage that. But there was in between there were instances where I was doing it sober too, and that was probably one of the hardest things to deal with. Because whenever I record somebody, I want them to, I want it to be a pleasant experience. I don't want somebody to come in and, you don't want to be an artist and you don't want to come into my studio and fucking you see me in a pissed off mood and shit, like
vibes off.
It's gonna throw the vibe off. So I mean, like if it's an everyday thing, that's why I'm not doing the studio every day anymore. It's because I was getting burnt out. It was really taking a toll on mental health.
Very fucking real.
Like I was starting to just hate music at that point, and just it was just unhealthy. So the pop-up studio, I think, like for me personally, since it's gonna be maybe a 1-2 day thing, it's not gonna be. I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna be able to keep that momentum no matter what. Like it's easy whenever it's just, in segments. Whenever it's just a couple days, But every day I would be getting burnt out. But personally, 2 days of straight music, that won't burn me out. I love it.
So I have something so from a artist's perspective and me doing business and stuff with you, I can tell when you're on it. Like you're on your A game. Yeah. So like, when I was doing my album, when I recorded my real life album, you actually did all of the mixing and everything on it. So I can tell I'll come in and I'll be like, all right, okay, because you'll put like your own little twist and stuff on it. So I'm like, okay, he's in this bag right here. Yeah. Like, he's putting like horns, like you got like stutter stuff on it. Like you're making I'm like, okay, like, you're chopping. I'm like, this is Milki right here. This is Milkimadeit right here. And then there's some days where I can tell and I'm like, oh, okay, like maybe my vocals aren't, where they're supposed to be. Maybe he didn't add like chops and stuff like that. Yeah. So then I'll have to go back and be like, hey, can you add this and add that? But from an artist perspective, when I don't have to literally be like, hey, can you add this? Because I can tell, because you'll literally be listening to it and you'll be like, okay, I'm going to add some chops here. I'm going to make the beat drop here. You know what I mean? I can tell and I'm like, that's Milki. That's Milkimadeit right there. Yeah. Because I'd be like, man, he's making my sound
even better.
Without me even saying anything. And I like being there where you're doing it because I'm like, I never even thought that you would make it. You would chop it right there. Right. Or you'll make the beat drop right there. And I'm like, oh, yeah, bro, that's dope. So that's the type of vibe that I like because I'm like, he's on top of his game, he's focused, and I can tell.
And that's what's conflicting for me is because I like working with artists and
sorry to cut you off too. You'll ask me too, you'll be like if I'm in album mode, like you'll say like, okay, what are you trying to do today? And I'm like, man, I'm trying to record a track. And you're like, how many? And I'm like, man, because there's artists that can come in, we can knock out like two or three tracks in like a couple.
Yeah, you're one of the faster ones.
Yeah, well, Sleepo, he'll come in
Sleepo, you both
motherfuckers. We're already ready. So I'm like, hey, I'm in the album mode. I want to try to get like 2 tracks in today. Or whatever, and you're like, oh, okay. And I'm like, man, I'm working on an album. You're like, I'm working on an album. So that like I'm in album mode, and I'm like, hey man, like, what are you doing like next week, bro? And then so you make yourself available. You're like, oh, okay, like, next week around this time, because I'm in album mode. So I feel like when I tell you like ahead of time, like you're like, oh, okay, like Illis is coming over, he's in album mode. I know how he likes his music and stuff. And like when you're focused in, it makes the artist focus in too, because I'm like, hey, if I'm going to Milki, like I know he's gonna like do his best, so I'm gonna do my best, and it's gonna make it a lot better. So like, and then when I know when you're like maybe off a little bit, I'll be like, oh man, like I don't know.
Fuck with
you know what I mean?
Does that make you feel like, oh shit?
Does it make you being 100% honest with you? Like I can, just like I said, I can tell when the producers are not on their game. I can tell. I can tell from like the whole production. For like, if I like how you are putting like certain effects in it, and then I'll go like next time, and you're not putting a certain effects in it.
It's like you're not putting as much effort.
Yeah,
in.
That's
why I like rush me, man.
That's why I like work. Yeah, shit.
Yeah, he just kind of like added a couple of things or whatever. I'm like, what do you think, man? And I'm like.
Yeah, but I see. That's why I'm glad. That's why I'm glad you were able to say, you speak up about it. Like, no, I think you should add this, or what about this? Because, and that's why I do. I'm conflicted on working with artists like in person, because there's a lot of artists. You're one of the artists that I actually enjoy working with when I'm mixing. Yeah. Like, because when I prefer to mix alone, but because I really like I said, you, and there's plenty of other artists out there that are like. That are dope to work with when it comes to the mixing part, and like we can communicate and get shit done and make it sound good. But there's these other guys though that will they just make the process so much worse.
Yeah, because I know how important it is when it comes to like the mixing stuff, because I know you'll get in like your vibe. Yeah. Like you'll it's kind of hard to explain, like, but you'll zone out. Like you'll be like, oh, okay, like, are you gonna do the ad libs here? Or are you gonna do like, the voiceovers here? And then like when I get done, I'll see you. Like you'll put on, if you're wearing headset, you'll put on your headphones and like you'll dial in. So then I'm just listening, I'm letting you doing your thing, and then I'm like, oh yeah, that's dope, bro. Yeah. Like chop it right here, and then you like that, bro. And then like we're feeding off each other's energy. Yeah. So then you're like, oh yeah, and I'm like, yeah, do that, bro. It's kind of hard to explain. Yeah. But like I can tell, because if we're both like feeding off each other's energy, you'll come up with something, and you'll put something in there that I didn't even know you was gonna put in there. And I'm like, oh man, maybe not that. And I'll be like, but add that same thing like right here. And then like we're just going off each other. Yeah,
that's that chemistry. Yeah. You gotta have this. The producer and artist, producer-artist relationship is important. You gotta have that energy. If you don't have it, there's a few people that there's a few fucking people that I've fought. Like that because we did not have that fucking energy, that chemistry.
Yeah, and I'll never, with a producer, you can tell, man. It's because like if I go to like a different producer, it's something that will draw me to a certain producer, because I'll be like, man, it don't have like that like that bop in it, you know what I mean? Like it's just it's not there.
It ain't
you know what I mean? Yeah, it ain't hitting, man. And I'm like, the song it ain't hitting. And I was like, man, I gotta go to like my producer. And it's like, if I'm recording and you're going from an artist perspective, if you're going to different type of like producers and like they're mixing and stuff, like it's like a certain sound, man. Like,
yeah, but like what you were saying about the like the whole like sometimes I'm at 100%, sometimes I'm at.
I can tell.
Part of that, and I know you can tell, it sucks because like the main reason for that is like we were talking about earlier, doing it fucking 5-6 days a week, every fucking day. Man, sometimes I would get burnt out, and I would just like people would be like, all right, I'm on my way, and I'm like, god damn it, and that's when I really started to hate like producing, because I would like I'm making money and shit, but like some of the people, I ain't gonna lie, some of the people music fucking suck, and like, I'm not gonna say no names, but some of the fucking like working with their music and what's shitty about it, the people with the worst fucking music, the people that are the worst at the music are the ones that have the most fucking criticism and that want me to do the most shit. Like I work with like you be like, okay, yeah, I need this a little louder, or I need this, maybe a chop right here, you know, like just, and we get the song done, and it's good, and we got it. The people that fucking don't know how to sing or don't know how to rap for shit, can't stay on beat, they'll be over here, over my shoulder, just like, we'll do this, turn this up, oh, add this, turn this down, and I'm like, bro, I could put fucking 20 different effects on this shit, it's still gonna sound like shit. Yeah. Like,
and I'm over here pointing at one.
And then I'm done with that. And then my next artist comes in, and I'm fucking pissed off because I just worked on that dumbass shit.
So does that mess up like?
It does somewhat, but like if the guy that comes in after that is good, it changes up because my energy can switch like that. So like if I just dealt with that asshole and he left, I'm like fuck that. And then like Smith, my boy Smithy hits me up, and he's like, hey man, I'm trying to come through. I'm like, oh man, hell yeah! And as soon as I got that going on, I'm like, I'm back in my zone.
I bet you that's tough.
Well, I was about to say, how do you fake that energy with a bad artist?
Man, that's
we airing y'all out. We airing y'all out.
Oh man, bro, I've learned. You're gonna get all the secrets.
we airing y'all out on 50.
I mean, I've been in like a studio situation where somebody's putting down like vocals and like either their timing is trash or the vocal or both. Everything is just terrible.
Like, do you tell them?
Okay. I'm just gonna put it all out there because I've recorded just about everybody in this city. So if I offend you with this,
get better.
Get better. There's been like it depends on the artist really, man. Like I can kind of tell whenever I know this sounds kind of cocky, but like
I want to hear a name, bro.
It depends on the artist. Like soon when he said that, like
I really want to hear some names. I do. I ain't gonna lie.
Don't. No.
Do it.
Okay, fuck. You know what? I'm gonna say it.
Oh.
Do it.
Like when I'm working with artists, like some of them. I can. This sounds cocky, but I can tell who's got talent. Like I can tell if you got talent. If you go, when you start doing something in the booth, the first bars or whatever, I can be like either okay, he's got something I can work with, so I'll try to coach him, or B, he's Hollywood, BTG Hollywood, and I gotta fucking And that's
look, he's like,
and that's why the fuck like that person in particular is literally one of the reasons why I don't like working with artists in person. Is because like
I don't know who it is, so I gotta go look it up.
If I'm sitting here, like it came to a point where I had to.
Can I do a song? Cause you already said hit it from the back. Yeah. That's one of his songs.
No, I literally had to help him write his lyrics, and then record his verse for him because, like I said, there's some artists that if they don't necessarily suck, but they're like clay. You can mold them into something. Like I can show you how to do better, and so I will do that. I don't want to fake energy and fake smile around people and all that. So like if I hear something that sounds like shit, I'm gonna tell you it sounds like shit, and that's exactly what I did with Hollywood. But I'd be like, bro, your verse is not sounding good right here, and all the timing's off. So I literally have to go in there, record his verse with my voice, and then put the headphones on and be like, now rap over my verse that I helped you write, and that's
an extra charge, bro.
Yeah, and that's what I started fucking thinking I should do. That's why I don't necessarily fake. Like I don't pretend your music's good. Like I'll fucking
you'll do the work.
Yeah, I'll tell you. And I used to not be so good at it back in the day. Like earlier, previously I wasn't that good at it. I didn't want to hurt feelings.
Right.
Now I'm just at the point where it's like people have sent me stuff to mix, and I will tell them that I won't mix it because it just doesn't sound good. Like if you're some guy sent me some shit and the mic quality was trash, and I was like, bro, before you send me anything to mix, and I'm not mean about it.
Yeah, but you got to be real about it.
I'm gonna be straight up. I was like, man, before you pay me to mix your stuff, you need to use that money and get a better microphone. And
he's always been good on like communication, because like there's haven't really been a lot of times where I've went to your studio and said like, hey man, like I think you did a bad job on this. This is maybe like one or two things, and like I'll hit you up and be like, hey man, can you change this? And he'll hit me back and be like, yeah man, I got some other people in the studio. I'll try to get it back to you maybe, later on the day or maybe tomorrow or the next day, because I'm booked up right now. But you'll get it back to me in like a reasonable time.
Yeah, because I fuck up. Everybody fucks up. But
I was gonna say it's human error, and that's burnout is real. What do you do when a good artist has a whack track? Do you let them just record the whack track?
No.
I mean,
I will let them record it if they want. But I'll let them know because artists are insecure. They are. So they're always
the reason they're artists.
Yeah, they'll ask me like, well, what you think, man? This sound dope? And I'm not gonna hurt feelings, but I'll be like, yeah, man, I'm not really feeling this. Like, like I've had conversations with plenty of my clients where I'm just like, oh, maybe not this one, maybe try a different vibe or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Do you ever think personal judgment can affect that? Like maybe it's just not something you like personally?
See, that's tough because I feel like
because you are well versed in music.
Yes, that's why it's very tough because I can appreciate everything. Like I can appreciate any kind of music, and I listen to like.
So they can't come at you with like, "Hey, bro, you just don't understand my shit."
Yeah, so it's not like it wouldn't be that. Oh, I just don't like that. I'm always listening. Like, how would this sound to like? Would this It's hard to explain.
Well, we just talked about this because we were talking about XXX Tentacion, and I was like, I'm not saying he's the best, but I'm saying you have to appreciate his music because it is good.
Yeah.
Like. You may not like it personally, but like I can say like it's good.
So that's the thing. Like so if somebody's recording something that it's if a whack artist is making like a whack song, and I think it's whack, it's just whack. Like it's objectively whack because even if it's a
I want to touch on XX.
That's the thing. Like I won't like if it's a bad song, it's bad to me. Isn't just like a bad song. Bad to me is like. Just the timing, like I look at it from like a critical, like I don't know how to explain it, man.
You take your own personal opinion out of it.
That's what you were trying to explain to me. So XX, correct me if I'm wrong. His album, right? Is it question mark?
Yeah.
Is the highest streaming hip hop album of all time, right?
Yep.
On all streaming platforms. So Wes was telling me about it. And me, personally, I was like, I don't think this should be the highest streamed album of all time. That was just me, personally.
Right.
So then Wes was trying to make me look at it from a different perspective. He was like, because he was like, I know you don't like this type of music.
That was your biggest thing. You was like, I don't like.
That's what I said. I was like, I can't see myself streaming this or listening to this album over and over and over, because that's what it is. It's like there's so many people that's listening to the album over and over and over and over, and it's made it the highest streamed hip hop album of all time.
Yeah.
And then I went and I pulled up the list, and I was like, oh man, well there's like Future on there, there's like Drake on there, and I was like, how is he beating like Drake and like Future and like Rick Ross and like all of those? I was like, I will listen to all of those other people that's on the list.
Yeah,
but
it's the posthumous after you die.
Well, and I touched on that too. Yeah,
I'm thirsty as hell. Anyway,
if you want to go get a drink or something, you can.
Like we got pauses or anything?
We can, or we can just chop it up while you go. It's however you want.
I mean, it's I'm
go ahead.
I'll be quick.
Yeah, go ahead. Here, well, I want to continue the conversation with you about X. So when we was talking about that, that's something I was telling you is like, hey, I know it's not your type of music, but look at it like take your personal taste out of it. Can you say it's a good song or an album or whatever it was. Yeah.
Yeah. So I actually, after I got done texting you, I actually put my headphones on and I was actually sitting back and I actually listened to the whole album. And I was like, let me take because even though I don't like this type of music, I was like,
emotional, sad, moody.
Let me take it out. So then I was like, it's actually a pretty good album,
right?
Like his melodies, he's really, really good in melodies.
Fucking super melodic.
Yeah, his wordplay, like his flow, like his delivery, I was like, it's actually pretty good. And then there's certain tracks, I can't remember like all the names on them, but
there's some that's whack on there. I don't like all of them.
But there was some tracks that I was like, I'm gonna actually, because I have my own personal playlist on there, and I was like, I'm gonna actually add some of these songs to my playlist. And like the ones where he's like rapping really, really fast, like kind of hardcore, and he's being like real like lyrical, them was the ones that stood out to me. But then there's the ones where he's kind of like talking about like he's sad, and he kind of like, wish he would like die and like all that stuff, type of stuff.
You don't like that? I was
kind of like, I don't really like that.
I'm trying to pull up the track list.
Yeah, but the ones where he was like going off, like being really, really lyrical, and like the beats were faster. Yeah. I don't know, maybe because that drew more attention to me because that's like my personal taste. Even though I was trying to take like my personal taste out of it, I was like, this actually is a really, really good album.
Did you go back and listen to any of his other albums after that?
No, I didn't. Just that one.
Dude, I was a big fan of him.
Yeah.
You see, I was too. If I could recommend any album, I mean, of course, the question mark one is going to be like, because that's the one I think it came out like right before he died.
Yeah.
So like even there's some videos where they had to use like a body double for some of the videos for the songs. I think Moonlight is one of them. Like he did half the video.
Yeah. See, I actually like that one. I like that
Moonlight.
Yeah, actually. Okay.
Infinity. That's the one that I sent you.
Okay. Is that the one where he was?
It's kind of the boom bop, New York style type rap.
Yes, I do remember that.
House on for the pain no more.
He does everything. He got a death metal song too.
He can do the scream type songs. He can do like the Look at Me, like all that shit.
Look at Me. Yeah, that one's hard.
If I could recommend an album by him, I would say 17. 17, I think, is his best album. I think it's his best work.
Yeah. It just blew my mind that it was that many people that's listening to his album that many times. Like, there might be people that have, like, a bigger fan base than him, but his core fans are, like, listening to his album like crazy.
Look at his song, how long his songs are. They're short. A minute 42, a minute 50, a minute 50,
where you
2 minutes, like 2:20,
chorus and a verse.
And like he'll let the beat play out. Yeah. He does that, and he said they asked him on an interview. They was like, "Why are your songs so short?" And he was like, "So people will replay them." Like, so it's kind of a marketing
strategy.
People start doing.
That's why Spotify's trying to fucking change. Like they're trying to undercut artists for that shit.
They're trying to make them have a song that's like so long or something.
No, they're trying to stop paying. Basically, I think from what I heard, they're trying to stop paying artists like that aren't as big because people are not even just making short tracks at this point. Some people are just uploading like 30 seconds of fucking audio. Audio like noise or some shit. Yeah. Just to hit a lick on Spotify.
Oh yeah, because I think that's all it takes is like
30 seconds. Yeah. But you're getting fucking 0.6
stream.
0.6 cents a stream.
Yeah,
that's Spotify's bullshit, man.
That's Spotify.
I love Spotify.
Well, I mean, I do like.
I like it as an app, but as a listener, but as an artist, fuck that. Yeah. Tidal pays more, and Tidal's the highest paying one. But nobody fucking uses Tidal. I don't use Tidal.
Right. That's Jay-Z's.
Yeah.
Ain't that what Joyner Lucas does all his stuff on?
Probably
like, don't he like record? Can't you record through like Tidal? Is that a thing?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
I thought like on all his videos he like puts like made and recorded on, and I thought it was Tidal. Maybe it's something else. Maybe it's another app. That's, going back real quick because we was talking outside before we came up here to record. We was talking about the whole fentanyl thing. Yeah, and that's something I want to touch on. I thought we've talked about this before. At least in the past.
I don't remember.
Man, like. That's such a big part of like Fort Smith, and if you don't live that lifestyle, or if you're not connected to that lifestyle in some way or fashion, like if you don't have family that are doing it or something, like be thankful because it's a wild fucking lifestyle.
I heard it's crazy, man. It's killing people.
It's bad, and I'll say from like 2013 to maybe even like 17, maybe in 18, I can't remember. But I know, like, when I got sober, like, when I stopped doing, like, pills, I quit counting my days. Because every time I would count, I would fuck up. And I would feel like a failure. So, like, I don't have a time. Like, I don't know if you do it. Like, but I know a lot of people, when you're like, how long you been clean, they can tell you, oh, 3,650 whatever days.
Yeah, I never kept time either. But the only reason I can tell you the last time I used is because I overdosed. And it was November 23rd.
Okay, so you actually have a date you could see.
I only know that date because I woke up in an ambulance.
Did you ever have that problem, like counting your days? Like you'd be like, I got 2 weeks.
No, because I never counted the days ever in general ever anyway. Okay. Like I just like when I was living here and trying to quit, it was hard enough to try to not do fentanyl for 2 days, let alone count the days that I wasn't doing fentanyl. So
right.
And so yeah, I never got into counting days. But then whenever I moved out to Cali, I didn't start counting then either. I just because I used 2 times while I was out there in Cali, and both times I OD'd. And then the last time I OD'd, and I'm not necessarily counting days. It's just I just know it was a significant event happened.
So. I don't know why, but yeah, that was always big to me because every time you talk to somebody who's sober, they was like, "Yeah, this is my clean day." Like,
yeah, I got a friend that's like, "I'm 758 days clean." I'm like, damn, dude,
yeah,
but good for you. But how the fuck you keep a track like that?
I mean, Eminem has one that's, I mean, it's a notable day. His is 420. So like,
that's
you know what I mean? Like every 420, he's like, "Oh, you know, another year, whatever." I don't know. It just didn't work for me. Because, like I said, I would get to 2 weeks or something, and I'd fuck up, and then I'd feel so bad for fucking up that I would spiral.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's what people really need to. What people have to like realize as addicts is, relapses are gonna happen, and whenever I relapsed and overdosed in Cali, like that's what the fuck I did after that was the next day I went home, went down the street, got a massage. Ate some food, and I was like, all right, you know, like I'm not gonna punish myself because I fucked up. So people need to realize that relapses are gonna happen. It's about what you do after the relapse. Like and like you said, you spiraled out of control. I know, like fucking, like I know how it feels once you fuck up. You're like, damn, I fucked up. Well, I'm here already. Might as well keep going with it, you know. And
That's
you just
exactly what
and
you
you just keep going and going and going. But like, you know, you gotta like if I were to relapse today, man, like I know I would disappoint people, but I could the next day, you know, be like, fuck that. I'm gonna fucking like let's get back on the track.
Nope.
But if I relapse today and then go downhill after that, you know, I'm not only gonna disappoint people. Like it's gonna be, you know, I'm gonna be fucking exiled basically. Yeah. You know, like so.
I have a question on it.
Yeah.
What makes you want to go back?
And I wanted to touch on this.
Yeah.
You don't want to feel like shit.
Like, okay, whenever you're in active addiction, when you don't, like, with fentanyl specifically, and heroin and fentanyl, the withdrawals are so bad and so intense. Like, I can't sleep. I'm shaking. I'm hot and cold. I'm vomiting. I've got diarrhea. It's literally like if there's multiple times in withdrawal where I was like, man, if somebody had a fucking gun right now, I'd fucking blow my brains out. That's how bad it is. So like. During active addiction, that's what's making you want to go back. But even in recovery right now,
like numb, everything,
like everything hurts.
Yeah, it's fucking sick. My shirt on my skin would feel like sandpaper, and and you're just like man, it's just a nightmare.
Okay, but then I didn't know
that.
But
when you use
and
as soon as it just good.
Oh. I never knew that.
So see, that was my biggest problem, and I was trying to explain to my ex-wife, my wife at the time, ex-wife now.
Yeah.
Like I was trying to, because she was like, "Why don't you just stop?" I'm like, "I'm trying. You don't understand. Like I'm not even doing it no more to get like high. I just don't want to feel like
at some point you're not even getting high unless you do shit. Like for a while there, I was just like it was just my daily thing. Like if I didn't get my when I was still working at the studio and shit too. Like I was like I gotta fucking if I don't shoot up. Like I'm calling it sick. Like if I can't get no vent, I can't make it in because
Is that why people are like haven't seen it in real life, but I've seen it on movies where they're like shaking and stuff in the bed, like
withdrawals.
Yeah. You'll have tremors
like
and all that.
And stuff,
But as to your question about what makes people want to go back, like when it's not like now, I don't necessarily want to go back to using it today, but there are days and every day, like they're less frequent. They get less and less frequent, but it's just like, I don't know, man. Like something could just be off or whatever, and I'm like just last week, actually, I posted a status on Facebook about it. I nearly relapsed. Like I was trying to. Like I was hitting people up. I don't know what was going on that day. I just didn't feel. I felt just kind of down, and then as soon as that thought hit my head, it was like fentanyl will make it better. Then it just becomes this hyperfixation, this kind of obsession. Like it's compulsive almost. It's like I'm like just sitting there. Like imagine you're hungry and you just keep thinking about the biggest, juiciest burger, and like that's how it is. Like I was just sitting there and I'm just.
Times a million.
Fuck, I could, and like so, like it's just there constantly. But what helped me with like I said, I almost relapsed last week. It was I think it was 2 weeks ago actually, because it was the week after Camp Sayso. And as I was messaging a fucking plug, a video popped up on my Facebook Reels because I was just scrolling and stuff, and it was literally a rapper, fucking white rapper, sitting on the floor, going through fentanyl withdrawals, and I watched his fucking 20-minute video of him just like talking about like what he was experiencing, what led him up to that point, and what he's gonna do. And this guy now, I messaged him actually and thanked him for posting that video. He's in South Carolina. His name's Fleetwood. Okay. He actually is a counselor, a licensed addiction specialist or something.
But yeah, to help with it.
No, do what?
Does he like?
Like he's basically a therapist.
Coach, help people with addiction.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, like literally, I was just fucking craving like so bad, and then I saw that video, and I was like, no, I'm not, because the feeling that opiate, that heroin and fentanyl give you is the best feeling you can possibly feel, better than anything. So like you want that, and then like whenever I watch that video of him going through the withdrawals, remember that other side to it, because there's always another side that like if you can't you're not supposed to feel that fucking good, and if you feel that good all the fucking time, it's gonna be it's the polar opposites. Like
highs come with low lows.
Highs come with low lows. I like that. Yeah.
So with that being said, I mean, I've never done fentanyl or heroin. I've never got to that point, and I never got to needles. Needles always scared me. Never shot up. But I did, like, I was snorting them, like, and all it took was me getting a fake pill one time. And like I said, I knew it was fake, like, 5-10 minutes after I did it. I knew it was hitting me totally different than anything it ever has. And, like, I had a high tolerance at this time. I could do 3 to 4 of these pills easy at once and just be fine.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You get those fake ones, man. That fentanyl, that pure fent, too, like, I had to save my mom from an overdose off pure fent. Like a fucking, you see that black speck right there on the table, the little speck. That's how much she overdosed on, and she's a veteran. Like that.
Well, I was gonna ask, how does somebody do fentanyl? Because that's my perspective. Is that right there? Like, I mean, somebody's like, that's all it takes to kill you.
I'll shoot it up.
So how do you measure? How do you?
I didn't. I mean, I was pretty reckless. Like I sometimes, I rarely got it in powder form, and if I got it in powder form, I think the only time I got it in powder form, I just smoked it off foil. Okay. But I would usually get those blues, the pressed, those blue 30s, that have the M on them. Yep. I'd usually just get those, break them down in a spoon, and
you just do the whole thing.
Yeah, I was doing about probably 10 of those a day and 20 Xanax a day.
Of fentanyl though, like it wasn't the real blues. It was
real fentanyl. Yeah,
damn.
I don't think like.
But how do you know how much is in there? You just got to do it.
I mean, I know what my plug gets.
Okay.
It's not like there's measurements, I guess, that's just I would just have the same plug, so I'd be like, I know his quality, and sometimes he'd have some stuff that's stronger, and he'd let me know, hey, these are a little bit stronger. You know, be careful.
Did he use too? Do you know?
Do what?
Was he using as well?
He didn't really like. He would do it sometimes, which I always fucking admired. Like, because I would hang out with him sometimes, and he'd be like, I would be like, do you even do the fin? And he was like, man, I'll take like a little piece off of it, you know, pop that, and like that's.
When you do it, does it make you? Do you be like, yeah, like what type of feeling does it give you? You're like, I'm me. Like, you know what I'm trying to say?
It makes
from the outside looking in, like me, I'll be like, I like Milky when he's like, or I like Wes when he's like, chilling, cool. You know what I'm saying? Because like if I see you on a different way when you're sober, I'll be like, oh, what's up, Milky? Like he's cool, and then I see you on a not so sober way, I'll be like,
yeah, no, whenever
he's on something.
It's weird.
So like, how do you feel?
With heroin, a lot of people say like that fucking makes them like nod out or makes them sick and shit. For me, I fell in love with heroin so fast because like that's why I fell in love with alcohol, because I drink and I get more charismatic and I'm able to like, you know, I'm just confident, able to talk to anybody and do anything. And when I stopped drinking, I tried heroin, and that's what heroin felt like to me. I was like as soon as I did it, I was like, bro, I'm just like in the best mood. I want to fucking like hug everybody, shake your hand, you know. Yeah. Like I also made me want to make money. So that's why I love that too. I'd do some H and I'd be like,
made me want to make money.
Yeah, I'd do some H. I'd be like, gotta get in the fucking studio. And man, when I was strung out, man, I was in the studio a lot, you know, making. Motherfucking, I have one dude, we ain't cool no more. We got into a fight.
Like my best tracks.
No, for real.
I'm like, dang, Milky, man. Do we need to call the plug right now? God damn.
We had one guy came in to
make some hits.
No, one guy was in the studio and he was like, bro, he was like, I just left the money on your table, because the next time I saw him, he was like, I just left the money sitting on the table. You just passed out at the keyboard. I was like, oh, did your song turn out all right? He was like, no, it was great, dude. I don't know how the fuck you did it. You're over here just like nodding out, like head just fucking flopping around. Just.
But this is a real thing. Yeah. Some of the greatest artists were tragically and have died, or whatever, but they were on some kind of drug, like Kurt Cobain, Jimi Hendrix. I mean, Janis Joplin. All these people were like on heroin.
It affects people different.
It does, but
like
it also.
Me, I couldn't be on that.
Well, you don't know. You've never done it.
I don't know. I think I know myself, bro. I think if I drink, bro, I'm like.
Well, see, it's not the same. It's not the same as drinking. I don't like drinking. Drinking's not fun.
Trust me, I know myself. I know my body. If I'm around like smoke, you know what I mean, like a lot of smoke, like people in the room, like
popping a pill, you got to smoke. You just eat it.
Let's say if I go to the casino, all right, there's a lot of smoke and stuff around. I'm like, man, like,
bitch.
Yeah, I am. I literally am. Like, just me inhaling smoke, bro. I'll be like, man, I gotta go, bro. And they're like, dude, like, you're not even smoking, bro. They're just people smoking around you.
You're comparing it to other stuff that's not that. It's not drinking. It's not smoking. It's something totally different.
I don't think I need it.
Have you ever taken a pain pill for anything, like broke a bone or something? So you don't even have nothing to like. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think I need it.
Yeah. Well, no, you don't need it.
You definitely don't.
I don't think I want it either. No, I'm just saying.
You don't want no part of this, do you?
Yeah. No, for real.
I don't think I want it. Because I see, like, I don't know. It's kind of different.
Well, I do the same thing with meth. When I look at people on meth, I'm like, there's nothing about that looks appealing.
Well, I don't know, because hearing from your perspective and then hearing from your perspective, some people act differently. So like, So if there could be somebody that I never knew was on it, they just act like that, and I'd be like, oh yeah, that's so and so and so and so and so and so, and then I'd be like, yeah, man, if you didn't tell me, I never knew.
That's how it was.
So it's like I don't know, but then I've seen some people that kind of be like
slumped up.
But if you can function on it, and you're just like you said, it makes you feel like more like you got more charisma.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like, you would never know because. But in my early days, that's when I was drink. I would be drunk a lot, but nobody would know I was drunk because I just handled it so well. So when people saw me sober, I'd be quiet and stuff. They'd be like, "What's wrong?" I'd be like, "Well, nothing's wrong." They're like, "You're just kind of quiet." I'm like, "Oh, I'm not
energy."
Yeah, like it's like everything affects everybody differently. Because I love Xanax, and I'll take Xanax, and I'm just chill, or I'll say some stupid shit. But other people take Xanax. I've seen multiple people that'll steal, and then there's a couple friends of mine. They cannot take Xanax because they get violent. They get violent as fuck. Like
same thing with drinking though. There's some people who, I mean, that's how my dad was when he drank. Like I never wanted to be around him. And I was raised by my grandma, but if my dad came around and I knew he was drinking, I was like, okay, avoid this. Like I already knew, like avoid it.
Yeah,
he's gonna be mean. He's gonna be a dick. Like
I'm one of those drunks.
Some people that drink and it helps them function. Like they get up.
I
can't go to work if I don't drink.
I don't really fight when I drink, but I'm just one of those drunks that you just gotta keep your girlfriend away from me.
Cause you gonna steal her?
No, she'll steal me. I don't feel nothing. I'm not no klepto.
Do you know who Dr. Carl Hart is? You ever heard of him? Black dude with dreads. So. He's a doctor, but he's also a professor at a college. I can't remember what college it is, but he has this this idea that like we have to look at drugs differently, like especially heroin. He does heroin, and he's open about it. And he's like, it's not the drug that's bad, it's how we treat it. Yeah, it's how we treat it and the stuff that comes after it. But we talked about before, if we made it available and regulated it and made it safe, it wouldn't be a problem. And he's like, I use heroin. It makes me a better husband. I'm more compassionate. I'm more loving. I'm more understanding when I take heroin. And he's like, and I've done it to the extreme where I got addicted because I wanted to go through withdrawals. And he did it. And he's like, yeah, it feels like a really shitty flu. It sucks. He's like, but I did it. So there's this thought of like, oh, drugs are bad. Don't do drugs ever. I don't think that's true.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true at all.
I'm not fucking with you.
Well, then you don't need to. You're that type of person, and I've told you this before, that the way you feel daily, everybody don't feel that way. And that's what, like, I think that's where, like, you kind of, like, miss it. Because, like, when you're like, well, the way I feel, why don't y'all feel that way? Like, with X, you're like, not X the drug, but XXX Tentacion. You're like, well, he's always sad all the time. Why do people like that? Yeah. Because people feel that way a lot.
See, whenever it comes to my addiction,
but be happy.
I've been doing I
hate when people say that shit.
I've been doing a lot of research.
Be happy
on addiction and stuff, and because I was diagnosed with ADHD at a young age, and with ADHD, like your dopamine doesn't work right, and dopamine is, and a lot of people think dopamine is like the pleasure thing, the pleasure thing in your brain. No, it's the reward system. Dopamine's like the
did something good, you
did something good, you feel good. So like where like most people will get dopamine from doing tasks and whatnot, and like me, I don't get dopamine like that. So I'll get something done, and then like I'll do something else, and then I'm like, there's just like creeping, like not boredom really. It's just like it's like an itch that needs to be scratched. So it's like I'll be sitting there and it's like I gotta fucking like figure out how to like intoxicate myself. I need some like weed, or I need a beer, and this is a daily thought. Like I'll have to sit there and struggle with that. I was just the other day I was sitting on the computer and my daughter's with me, and I'm like, man, I really need to get a beer so I can just like feel like just leveled out. And then I was like, then I had to stop myself. I was like, if I get a beer, that's going to be 30 beers. Yeah. And I got my kid here with me. So I was like, no, that's not a good idea. But yeah, that's like, it's fucking, that's constant.
Gets you to that point. I don't know. It's hard for me to understand. I mean, I get what you're saying, but like,
no, Loyal's the same way.
To that point where you'll be like, I need a beer.
Well, like he just said, he doesn't have the reward. Like when you do a task, when you work out,
I don't have the. It's just the dopamine receptors in my brain just don't work right. I guess Loyal's the same way, because we had the same conversation, the exact conversation. Because he's like, I don't get how like you're depressed or like this or whatever. I'm like, that's because you just be thankful that you don't got it.
You know, bro. I think like I don't know what you're going through in like your personal life, but from what I know from the outside looking in, I'd be like, you're talented, bro. Yeah. Like I feel like you can take it like to the next level, but I don't know. Just like I said, I don't know. What
this outside looking.
Outside looking in. Like I'd be like.
But that's the thing. Even that right there is a misconception. He can still be talented, and he can know he's talented.
Yeah,
but it doesn't help being depressed.
Yeah. See, so I don't. Okay, can you talk about that? Like, what gets you to like a low point?
I mean, it's
like depression.
It's not that necessarily. Honestly, I don't necessarily deal with depression. Mm-hmm. I think I got ADHD, but I think mostly depression. And I've done a lot of like soul searching and looking into like my behavior patterns and what they do and how they affect me. And I know what gets me depressed, and that's alcohol or stuff. Because if I drink, I can drink, go out for a night and drink and have a good time. But if I overdo it, I will the next couple of days I will just be fucking depressed.
What makes you be like I need alcohol? Like what something in life?
It's not that anything. Nothing happens in life that makes me want to do anything. It's just this constant like even right now I'm just constantly just like my brain's going a million miles an hour. Yeah. And I'm always like just it's kind of stressful. So like. It's just thoughts and internal stuff that I just want to kind of feel like leveled out. It's like it makes me feel normal because I see other people just just calm, and I'm sure they're dealing with their own shit too. Yeah. But to me, I'm just like, damn, how I want to be like that. I want to be normal. So whenever I get a drink or pop a pill or something,
you're not normal, bro.
No. But it's like I'm talking. I appreciate
for real. Like, but not normal.
No, I mean just talking about like in my head wise. It's just kind of all crazy up there. It's really hard to describe. Yeah. But yeah, nothing in life gets me to that point. I don't know. It's a thought that just kind of pops up, But I also what I have to do is just think about the consequences of doing that. Like, yeah, that'd be great to do some heroin right now, but what are the consequences of that? That's not worth it then.
Yeah. Does that level out? Does the consequences scare you with more than actually just being like, man, I'm gonna do it anyway?
Well, with my impulsive behavior, I mean, I don't know. The consequences for fentanyl and heroin scare me more. Like when it comes to drinking and stuff, like I'm like, yeah, I can. No, you good.
Like you'd be like, well,
I can deal with a hangover.
I can deal with something.
No, I can deal with a little hangover. Yeah. But if I start shooting that fent, we're gonna be lucky. We're lucky if we have a hangover.
The way I don't know. Like I said, don't take this the wrong way.
No, it is. You're
but
good.
It's not like you was like. I'm gonna pick and choose what I don't do because this right here, I'm scared of what that could do. Yeah. But this right here, I still want to do it, so I'm gonna do this because this might not mess me up.
Exactly. You gotta pick your battles.
You do that too, though.
Not drugs, but I mean, I'm not.
What is a drug?
Judging anybody.
What's a drug though? Let me get your opinion on that.
All right. So
anything that changes your reality.
I don't. Yes. So I don't do drugs. So I guess it's caffeine.
Caffeine is psychoactive.
Okay. Don't mess me up though.
It does. It changes your
I don't know.
baseline. Caffeine does. Anything that you can ingest that changes your baseline levels, whether it be your serotonin, dopamine, it's considered a drug. Caffeine is one of those things.
Well, I've seen people on
sugar.
Does caffeine make people like drowsy?
I mean,
yes.
You got ADHD.
Well, you can have a caffeine crash.
That'll too.
That's why they say don't drink caffeine within the first.
Bro, one time I had a studio session.
I like that though because
and I don't know what was going through my head, but I pop like fucking 15 Xanax footballs. Those are like
crazy. That is crazy.
Well, I had a high tolerance, so I was doing like at least 10 a day. If I didn't have at least 5 in a day,
one would make me sleep for 24 hours straight. And he's taking 15.
Drake took Capizan and slept through the flight. But no, it was to the point where if I didn't have at least 1 Xanax a day, I would start having like seizures and shit. So I was like, but 10 to get high. But no, I took like fucking 15 footballs right before my studio session like a dumbass. And fucking, I was recording Doe, and Doe fucking, I don't know if you know, do you know Doe?
Yeah, Doe Show?
So yeah, Doe Show fucking pulls up, and I'm like passing out. I'm like, fuck, like, I was already like nodding out and shit. So I was like, fuck, I gotta wake up. I go across the street to the gas station. You know those red lines?
Yep.
The caffeine?
Yeah.
Fucking like 200 cents to drink half a bottle. I got 2 of those. And I fucking chugged both of them. And I get
now you just sleepy with your heart racing. Like,
dude, no, it was even worse. Dosho starts walking downstairs, and I'm on the floor, I'm fucking trying to fall asleep, but I'm like, I'm like having a heart attack, and I'm like shaking and like trying to keep my eyes open, and Do's like, hey man, you know how he is, like, man, get the fuck up, what you doing, man? Let's get this fucking song done. I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna be able to do it, dude. I took too much Xanax and caffeine. He said, the fuck? He's like, get the fuck up, we're doing this fucking shit. I was like, bro, I'm sorry, but I'm canceling this, dude. I can't fucking function. I'm gonna have to go to the hospital.
See, I can't.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I can't fuck with caffeine. I can't.
I guess I'm a drug addict. I drink a lot of caffeine.
You junkie?
Yeah,
bro.
fucking bad person.
Bro, I drink a lot of caffeine.
What do you drink?
Soda. Like
I like
grape soda, orange soda, strawberry soda.
A lot of that's caffeine free though. A lot of like Sierra Mist, Sprite, Crush.
Okay, maybe I'm not.
Caffeine.
I'm faking you up. I'm a fake drug user.
Like, what do you drink? What
I drink the most of?
Yeah.
At soda, Sprite.
Sprite, caffeine free.
So Sprite, I drink Sprite, orange soda, strawberry
like
soda.
Crush.
So you totally clean cut like straight edge.
Yeah, bro. I don't smoke. I don't drink.
I've seen you drink, but you don't get drunk.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah, you just slapped the bag. You slapped the bag.
Yeah, so and then
and he was fucked up. He called me, said, "I gotta wait to drive."
No, so like if I'm at a event or a function and I have alcohol, literally, bro, I'll probably have that same cup.
Really?
Like 2 or 3 hours, bro. I'm like,
and you still sip it though?
yeah, I'm not the one.
Yeah.
All right, man, let me get another one. Like, I don't know, bro.
So have you ever gotten drunk? Or
yes.
You just didn't like it?
Yeah. So I think it was last
night.
New Year's. No,
He's like, I don't do anything but last night.
Last New Year's, me and my wife at the house. I'm a lightweight, bro. So like we went and we got some drinks. And like she outlasted me, bro. Like yeah, she did, bro. And I was on the ground. I wish she was here to tell a story.
Yeah,
if I even
he had a little smearing off ice,
bro. I was on the ground, bro. Like my face, like, cause I got hot. I got really, really hot, bro.
Alcohol,
and I was like,
yeah.
man, it's fucking hot in here.
I've drank
bro.
alcohol before.
So I started like trying to like take off my clothes. And then like I was like, man, I was like, you got the heat on in here? And she was like, no, it's been the same degrees like all day. And I was like, it's hot in here. So like I literally like laid on the ground and like the ground was cold. So I was like, I'm fucking hot. Bro, like no lie. And then she was like, what's wrong with you, bro? And she was like, you didn't even drink anything. Like you barely drunk. So I'm like, bro, I'm fucked up. And she was like, you lightweight. Yeah. She was like, bro, these was like some Smirnoff. No lie, true story. She was like, it's some Smirnoff. And I'm like, bro, I don't know. I probably drunk too much.
Bro, we gotta cut that out. I can't leave that.
No, bro, leave it in.
Bad.
Leave it in, bro. Like, I'm telling my truth. Leave it in.
No, that's funny.
He like took a sip and he's like, man, y'all know what?
No. I mean, I think I might have drunk.
If you say
Like
less than
3
5,
of them.
oh my god.
Like three of them.
Damn, that's like. See, I wish I could be that lightweight. I'd save a lot of money.
Lightweight, bro.
I'm a lightweight too, but I can like drink a Smirnoff. I can drink a whole
Man.
6-pack of Smirnoff and be like,
I envy lightweights because if I was a lightweight, I could get drunk off 3 beers, bro. You know how much money I'd save?
But then your tolerance gets more and more. There's never a way to maintain that.
Yeah.
Fucking fun.
Dripping down. You talking about the berserkers stripping out?
Yeah, bro. I was like, literally, like,
Fuck the Vikings, give him 3 Smirnoffs, and he's ready to rock.
I was drinking, bro, and like, I'm sitting there on the couch. I'm drinking, and I'm like, man, it's hot in here. And then she was like,
that's what alcohol does.
She was like, I didn't turn like the air up or
3
anything.
though,
I
bro?
didn't turn the heat up. And I was like, man, you had to. I'm like, man, I'm getting upset. I'm like, man,
he starts
fucking
accusing
hot.
her of
So
shit.
I started like taking off my clothes, and then she was like, it's not that hot in here. And then like I'm like, I started walking, and then I was like on the ground, and I was like, man, this ground is cold. So like I was literally laying on the ground, like my face and everything. Like all I have on is just my drawers, bro.
Damn.
And I'm on the ground like, man, it's hot in here. And then I walked over to the thermostat, and I like turned the thermostat like down. It was like probably 60-something degrees.
Shit.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm fucking
surprised you didn't take off the drawers, bro.
No, I didn't. I had my drawers on. But
God
whatever.
damn.
And she was just sitting there. My wife, Taylor, she was just sitting there, like, laughing at me. And she was like, you a lightweight, man.
Have you ever got, like, I guess you would consider that drunk, but have you ever got drunk, like,
no,
like liquor drunk? No?
Man, I envy
because
you, bro.
I don't like the, I don't know, like the taste of it.
Well, yeah, nobody likes
And then, like,
I wouldn't
like
say
the
nobody.
You don't like the feeling of being uncoordinated
yeah,
and shit.
Yeah, I feel like if I, like, lose control of, like, my balance or, like, my vision or something like that, like, it makes me feel, like, weird, bro.
See, I wish I could have that.
Makes me feel weird,
man. Because, like, that, I'm literally the opposite. Me being sober, and that makes me feel weird. Like, I just don't feel like... I just don't feel like me. Like if I like as soon as I get a few beers in me, I'm like, or a few beers or anything, I'm good. That's why that's why I mostly stick to weed now, man. I really just sit at home because weed keeps me out of trouble, bro. Mm-hmm. I sit there and I'll smoke weed, chill with my daughter, play video games, make music, and people say weed's a gateway drug. I think alcohol's a gateway drug because I ain't never smoked a blunt and been like, man, you know what would make this blunt better than fucking heroin.
I don't believe that either. I think you can do weed and maintain weed for the rest of your life. I know people out there that still smoke today, and like that's all they do.
Dude, the past couple weeks, all I've been doing is just eating edibles and hitting fat dabs. That's why I got a fucking torch in my pocket right now.
No, see.
What the fuck? I don't have a lighter. My grandma keeps losing my lighter, so I have to bring my fucking
That look like some clippers or something.
You cut your fucking hair with it.
Yeah, cut your hair. All right, yeah. I'm the clipper man.
See, that's the whole edible thing is a whole nother thing. I couldn't ever eat edibles. They fuck me up.
Dude, whenever I got out of the hospital, okay, before I went into the hospital for my leg, I was doing shit tons of edibles. About 24 days in the hospital, no substances at all. Mm-hmm. First thing I do when I get out is drink 2,000 milligrams of fucking can butter. Mm-hmm. And I'm at my wife's house, and I'm just laying on her. I'm in my mother-in-law's room, sitting on the recliner. And she walks past me and she goes, Milki, do you need a blanket? And I was like, yeah. She's like, you're looking pale. And she puts the blanket on me, and I'm like shaking. And she's like, do you need a trash can? I'm like, yeah. And she puts it down, and I start throwing up. Bro, people say you can't OD on weed. You can definitely overdose on weed, because I sure did. And I would rather overdose on fentanyl than weed, because you overdose on fentanyl, you just go to sleep. Weed, you're having a fucking nightmare in the daytime, a fucking daymare. Yeah. And it was awful, man. But now that my tolerance is better, I'll eat like fucking 1,500 milligrams of edibles. I love it.
You want to know what makes like your music even doper, bro? Is because you talk about that like in like your music, like you tell a story, and like you'll like like your lyrics and stuff, like you'll say that type of stuff in your lyrics, and I'll be like, oh, this shit is dope. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Like, then you turn around and you say it's not though. You say like,
I don't know.
If lyrics talk about being sad, I don't like this shit.
So I don't like to listen to like a lot of music that like talks about drugs, like them like consuming it a lot. Yeah. But like if it's a good song, I'm gonna be like, oh, this shit hit.
But Future, like, your favorite rapper.
See, that's something I'm honestly struggling with right now, is because as a recovering addict, I still talk about drugs in my music. Yeah. Like I was glamorizing it at one point. Yeah. But now it's trying to still talk about it. I'm not trying to like, fucking say like, oh, be an anti-drug person, because I'm definitely not anti-drug. But now, like my music, I have to figure. Like it's been a process trying to figure out how to still be me, but not like I don't want to glamorize the use of spitting all this shit.
You know how to mix it up though. You know how to mix it up where you don't like talk about it all the time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But like you have music where I'll be like, oh, okay, like he's talking about drugs, but it's a hit. It's a hit song. So I mean, because I feel like you just expressing yourself. Yeah, but that's not my favorite music. Like he was getting on me the other day. He was like, "Well, you're contradicting yourself," because he was like, "You don't like listening to rappers or whatever, or listening to music that glorifies drugs." He was like, "But them is like your favorite rappers." Because I was telling him like, "What's my favorite rappers?" And he was like, "All those rappers or whatever talk about drugs." Yeah. And I was like,
"You named Rick Ross as one of your favorite rappers," and I'm like. He talks about doing drugs, selling drugs, like He has his whole persona about I'm this drug kingpin, like, and he's just like, yep.
Wasn't he a CO?
Yeah.
Yep. Officer Ricky.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought so.
Yeah, Officer Ricky. One of my, if I had to name a favorite rapper, which is I like Meek Mills. I like Meek Mills a lot. I don't know. I don't know. That's one of mine. It's kind of hard to pick just one, but if I had to pick one, I like him. His whole movement, like his Dream Chaser movement,
it's not bad.
That would be tough for me. I'd feel like,
I sent him Rowdy. I like Roddy Ricch a lot.
I went back and I listened.
It seems like he fell off kind of.
He did here in the last year or two. Yeah.
Well, I went back and I listened because we were talking
about too.
Yeah, we were just talking about what is it? I'm antisocial, or excuse me.
Antisocial.
Yeah. I went back and played that one through because we were having the discussion with X, and you were like, "Well, try to listen to this." And like I said, it's not my favorite type of music, but I like it.
So let me rephrase this. So if you're talking about drugs and you're talking about like you're suicidal and you're like killing yourself,
Suicide Boys.
Yeah, like you're suicidal and you're talking about killing yourself and you don't want to live anymore. That's what I mean. I don't want to hear you talking about like you like consuming drugs because you're depressed and you're sad and you want to off yourself. So then I'm like, dang, bro, like I don't want to hear you talking about like how you're going through that stuff and you want to off yourself, because if I'm listening to it, it makes me be like, man, like
I get where you're coming from.
You know what I mean? But if you talking about drugs or whatever, you like Percocet, hey Molly Percocet, you know what I mean? I'm like, hey, this shit is hard, bro. Like the beat is dope, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to pop like no Molly's or no Percocet or anything like that, or I don't want to be in the club getting lit like that. I wouldn't do it, but I get
fake, though.
I get where you're coming from, but I'm
so that's what I mean.
Personally, I fake.
What you mean?
Because you like when they're like Molly Percocet,
yeah,
but he's glorifying like, hey, do Molly Percocet, but he's not saying, hey, if I don't not do Molly Percocet,
I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm a pop a Percocet and I ain't gonna chase him.
And then you gonna feel like shit.
I'm gonna go get a check, so I'm like, no, because it's like, I don't know, it's all about the music, like how it makes me feel, even though I'm not doing what you're telling me that you're doing. If it's a hit, I'm gonna be like, hey, it's a hit. Like I don't like doing that.
So you saying Suicide Boys ain't got one hit? Their music's hard as fuck.
They got some music. So do y'all get what I'm saying?
Nope.
So like, I get where you're coming from, but I don't feel the same way. But I understand what you mean.
So if you're like me, how I make my music, you know me, I like fashion. So you know, clothes, jewelry, money, like
makeup,
that's what I like.
Nails. Eyelashes.
So that's what I like. That's what I like. That's what I rap about.
Yeah.
So like if I hear that, I'm like, hell yeah. So that motivates me. Like you trying to go get a check. You know what I mean? You trying to dress in your fashion. So that's what I like. Yeah. So I don't dislike people that don't make music like that.
Right.
But I'm not gonna go if you be like, hey man, put that Suicide Boys on. I'm not gonna be like, put that Suicide Boys on, because what they rap about. If it's a good song, I'm going to be like, oh yeah, it's a good song, but I don't do that. Yeah. You're not going to hear me rapping about that and stuff. Get what I'm trying to say?
But so you that's like why the Molly Percocet.
I do.
But
I
you don't
the
do
music,
it.
but I don't do it. It's kind of hard to explain.
Well, that's where because you're saying if it's a good song, it's a good song regardless.
Like if you make
if the Suicide Boys make it and it's something about I don't like it, even if it's a good song.
It's a good song. Yeah, I'm not going to say it's a bad song.
Okay. I think the Molly Percocet song is not telling you the full truth. It's not telling you, hey, you keep taking Molly Percocet, you're going to go through withdrawals, and then you ain't chasing no chick. Yeah. You're actually calling into work.
If it's fake, hey, I don't know. It's kind of hard for me. If it's fake and you're not doing it, it's just music.
I actually don't think Future does
music. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody raps about what they actually do. Some people do. Some people don't.
That's just entertainment.
Yeah, I think most don't.
So it's like if you're rapping about it and you're not doing it, I'm gonna be like, hey.
I rap about everything I rap about. I do to an extent. Sometimes I exaggerate stuff. Yeah. Like one of my lines, I said, "This bitch wants a man to fuck on her OnlyFans." but I'm in Windy City smoking crack, trying to keep this candle lit. I wasn't in Chicago with a candle trying to smoke crack, but I've smoked crack.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So, for example, if he says that, and it's a dope line, it's a dope beat, dope line, I'm gonna be like, he fucking went off on that shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Even
I don't care if you
even if
didn't
talk
do
about
it. I don't care if you did it or
Yeah.
you didn't do it. I'm gonna be like, shit, he fucking went off. Like the way he said it, because
it's all about delivery.
It's like the way he said it, bro. Like that shit was hard. And they be like, oh, so you like that? So you would do it? I'm like, I'm not doing that shit.
Yeah, he just sounded cool when he said it.
He killed it. So then if they be like, oh, so is he one of your favorite rappers? I'm like, yeah, he dope. I'll listen to him. But it's not that like I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, but
like if you don't, I'm gonna be
I think that's how people should view. I think that's how people should view music in general. Anyway, it's entertainment, man. I'm gonna listen to it. You know, I'm not gonna like if a song's talking about shooting up a school, I'm not gonna go shoot up a school.
Yeah, but I'm gonna listen to it. Now, if you be like, oh, okay, like who's somebody that you actually like listen to, and you be like, that's your favorite. That's who you look at. Whatever they say, would you do it? That's why I'd be like, oh, okay, so. I say Meek Mills. A lot of people don't like Meek Mills, but I like his movement. So, like, to me, when he first came out and he did, like, that Tupac's Back, like, I don't know, like, that shit was dope to me. And then his whole, like, Dream Churches movement, like, I went and I was watching, like, his vlogs, like, when he was on tour and, like, all of that. I don't know. Just something about that whole movement. Like, I was like, he dope. He dope. Not... Most of like his last like 2 or 3 albums that came out, I was kind of like, but like that first one when he first came out and like he got signed to Rick Ross and he was pushing like his Dream Chasers and he had that like I'm a Boss and like that Tupac's Back and like all of that. I don't know, like that shit just hit. Like
2012 era.
Yeah, it just hit like the Rich Homie Quans and like
all
that stuff like back in the day. Like a lot of people don't like that, but to me,
I was
like when he had like, hey man, like I got my Dream Chasers chain, bro. I was like, man, I gotta get a fucking chain. And like I don't know. It was something about I got Rolly on my wrist. So like he get me all the time, Rolly. I was like, bro, that shit hitting, bro. Like
I want a chain so bad, but I can't keep up with shit. I probably lose my chain in the first week.
See, again, you contradicted yourself. Again, I don't even want to go into it deeply, but you just did.
Do it.
You just said if they talk about a rollie or a chain, that you have to go get it.
Yeah,
but if they talk about drugs, you ain't like. You see what I'm saying?
With that because I don't. That's not me. That's not what.
But music does influence you, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
that's what I've been saying, bro. And you're like, no, if I listen to it, I can just listen to it. Don't mean I
can. No, I can just listen to it and like it has no effect on me at all. Well, I ain't gonna say at all because of course it's gonna make
rollie and a chain. You gotta have a rollie and a chain.
That's what excites me, bro.
So that's your drug. Vanity is your drug.
I guess so. I don't know. It's something about like diamonds that sparkle. Like
that sounds so stupid. It sounds.
I don't know.
Them young girls
like
are like
Jordans and shit. Like Jordans and shit. Like I literally be on my phone like, hey man, when those new 4s hit, when those new.
Nah, you always.
So like that's.
You fits always be on point.
That's me. But like if it's somebody saying like.
You all Jordan now too. Is that even Jordan?
No,
some baseball.
The way he says, he get me all the time. Why you always got that fucking name brand shit on, bro? Take like that shit off and go to
Billboard.
Walmart. Like he does, and I'm like, I don't know. Like these pants.
Yeah. What's the first thing I said to you when I pulled up? I said, you got the leather pants on?
But those is hard.
No, I'd wear them.
I couldn't put them on. I think because the way you like shaped,
you
fit them. Like me, I can't stick my big ass in them.
Yeah, they're kind of tight.
No shit, y'all are fucking 2 different sizes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I said. Like,
I mean, they got these in bigger sizes.
I was about to say, get them in a bigger size. You can wear them.
Like West, the way you, I don't know.
I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
Hey, no, this clothing brand, they're pretty hard.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck, shot. But you got Adidas on.
And I wear it how many times? Like, it's my one hat I go to. I like good shoes. I like a nice hat. But, like, the whole, like, when you're like, I gotta be name brand top to bottom. I just don't, I don't get into it. Not knocking nobody. Like I said, do your thing. You rock it. You can do your thing. And you keep up on it. I don't fucking know.
He's judgmental, bro.
I'm judgmental as fuck. I think it looks fun.
Bro. Why you got all that shit on, bro? Looking like a damn billboard.
That's what it looks like.
Shit off, bro. Why are you supporting that? And I'm like...
Child labor. You fucking like to see little Chinese children bust their ass for pennies a day. Yeah, it's Jordan. You don't remember
making their money back.
No, they're not. The children ain't.
Oh well.
That's why it's called sweatshops and shit.
If I had the money, I'd go be like, hey man, thank y'all for making it.
Here's like $5 for my.
No, I mean if it wasn't for y'all, bro, like.
Yeah, sweatshops are crazy, man. Like, but I'm sure every brand does, even if. It's
man. If you're gonna go into all that, man, there's all sorts of shit going on with every fucking product you buy, and you can't.
What?
He got on.
This is fake.
No, I'm just saying. We said about that.
But no, although people be like, oh, we're gonna boycott this product because it supports this shit or it's
more hippie
child labor and whatnot. I'm like, man, everything you buy is gonna fucking.
It's gonna trickle down somewhere.
Somebody will profit off of the. What?
Because if I wear that shit, man,
I would say you look like a hippie. I think that shit looks like a hippie, and I think hippies are dope. I can't be one.
I'm not a hippie.
I think hippies are dope as fuck. Music festivals and shit. I've never been to a music festival. I want to go. That shit like
you will next year. Camp Sayso 2024.
This shit looks fun as fuck. Like I want to go. I want to eat shrooms. I want to fucking just hang out in a fucking like you said people sleeping in the woods, bro. That sounds fucking fun.
50-50. You're not going like that.
I'm going like that. Oh,
just get a camper.
Nah, man. I'm supporting 50-50.
And I'm gonna be eating a ham. I'm gonna be Mike Tyson.
Get a fucking camper out there. Hell yeah, you have a good ass time, dude. That's the first time. This Camp Sayso was the first time I actually slept in a fucking like RV. Like that was dope. Shout out to Mike for that. Because I was usually whenever I pull up to a festival, I don't even have a tent. Like every festival I've been to, I don't even show up with nothing. Like I just got the clothes on my bed.
Figure it out as you go.
And yeah, like one Dance Festopia in Kansas City. I ended up fucking this chick ended up leaving early, and I just took her tent. I just dove into her tent and fucking. I was covered in mud too because it was raining. Fucking my homeboy Edward out here on my side. He's like, "Who's in Tara's tent?" Fucking peek my. Who's that? He said, "Who's that chick in Tara's tent?" And I peeked my head out because I had long hair. There's mud everywhere. He's like, "Oh, that's fucking Milky. What the fuck?" But yeah, I don't ever come prepared at all. I just I'll just pass out in the grass. But yeah,
see, that is a type of lifestyle that I think is dope.
This Camp Sayso though was fucking dope though. We had an RV, man, and definitely fucked in Mike's RV.
He's just
sorry, Mike, but I'm sure you knew that. But we had a little community kind of. We had an RV here, one there, and tents and all that shit. Mm-hmm. So we had our own little fucking our own little compound, I guess you can call it. But yeah, you definitely go to a festival, man. It'll change your life, dude. And plus, at festivals, the vibes out there, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The first festival I went to was Dance Festopia, which was in Kansas City in 2014. And bro, it was such a fucking significant change. Like the vibes out there, the people out there, the energy, everybody's just so fucking friendly. You're hugging people, meeting people, making new friends, and people are just sharing food, candy, drugs, whatever with you, and it's just every person you walk past, there was thousands of people there, and every person you walk past, hey, and it's just really friendly, which is pretty cool. Yeah. But it was different because it was a 3-day event. I get back to fucking Fort Smith, Arkansas, and I walk to the store to get a Four Loko. And the first person I walk past, I'm like, "Hey!" And they're like, "What the fuck?" Yeah. And I was like, "Oh shit!" I'm
fucking real life.
I'm not a festival land anymore.
Yeah. See, why can't people transfer that energy into real life though? Man. You think more people need to go to festivals?
Dude, hell yeah. I think everybody should go to a festival at least once, man. Not even for I know
they gotta come back.
There's a lot of drugs.
The festival gotta end. And then, just like you said, and then you're like, man, they're not happy anymore.
Yeah.
But he's talking about somebody who didn't go. That's what I'm saying.
If you I know there's a lot of drugs out there, and people fucking assume that they assume that the festivals everybody's just gonna go out there to do drugs. But beyond that, just the festival and the experience that you'll have out there at any festival is just gonna be dope as fuck. Just because the people that are out there, just the people's vibes that are out there, it's a lot of positivity and it's just I don't know, it's special. I'm not saying that the bad shit don't go down. I've seen some crazy shit go down, but that's gonna happen at a big 3-day party.
Did y'all say on the last episode that at Camp Sayso y'all had paramedics, security, like all that shit to monitor and keep an eye on?
Yeah, actually, I ended up in the fucking medical tent last year, but because I was just passed out. I was on drugs, but they thought I was dead. But I was like laying in the sun, and they just put me in the medical tent. But they had a whole tent and like EMS people and whatnot just on standby. I know there was an incident where like somebody took too much acid, I think.
Right.
And they had them in the tent and like they got it all situated and handled. Fortunately, there was no like serious like emergencies, but we had qualified, certified people out there.
That's dope. Especially for a festival, because I mean, let's be real. There's
a lot of risks out there, especially with this fentanyl shit getting put and everything and getting laced. Like you never know.
That's something I want to ask. Do y'all have tests?
Yeah, we've got we.
You laughing?
We had I don't know if they were out here this year, but we have.
Funny.
We were talking about getting the bunk police out there.
Yeah.
And it's a harm reduction thing. I'm in touch with them right now for them to come to the next one, but We had some Narcan that we were handing out as well. But the next event, I want to have these people come out and just like have like a tent or whatever. People can come grab Narcan and test strips and get a little quick rundown on what to look for and how to use the stuff.
See, that's important.
Whenever I was on the stage, I had a fucking Narcan necklace. Like I had Narcan on my neck, and I was like. I stopped to let the crowd know. I was like, if anybody, you see anybody like going through like an overdose or anything, just be careful what you're taking. Test your drugs. There's Narcan available. Don't be afraid to ask for help.
Yep.
That's super important to have at any gathering where there's a risk, that kind of risk.
That's dope. That's a big thing now, and it's sad that we have to.
It's sad, but I mean,
it's good to have it.
What sucks is like I hear a lot of heartless people. Like I see a lot of Facebook videos and stuff about like addiction and whatnot, and like somebody like you'll see a video and it'll be like, well, this person died because of an overdose, and you need to carry Narcan. And there's so many heartless people like, why the fuck should I carry Narcan?
Yeah.
If they're a junkie, they deserve to die. And I'm like, well, what if they're a junkie and they have a fucking kid and their kid?
What if they're a junkie and they're your kid?
Yeah, exactly. And they're your kid, or like there's so many ways that people can overdose, and that can be accidental. It's I think Narcan's. I know a lot of people that carry Narcan in their car and they don't even use drugs, and that's
if more people carried it, then I think we'd have a lot less overdoses. But then, like you said, really, man, the big thing is like if you think you need help or if somebody needs help, don't have that embarrassment of I'm gonna get in trouble or they're gonna be shamed. Go get them help.
Yeah,
you would rather have an embarrassing moment versus going to a funeral.
Yeah, and you can't get it's not like you will not get in trouble with the law if you even if you were using drugs and they overdosed and you call the cops. Put the drugs up, of course. Yeah. But but if
can't
you call
get your priority.
They're not going to arrest you for calling the cops to fucking resuscitate somebody who overdosed.
Yeah. I think a lot of people, matter of fact, I just had a homeboy pass away, and they pretty much did that. He was in a home. I don't know the full rundown. Like, I'm not even going to say his name, but situation he was using in a home. Apparently, there was 7 to 10 people there when he was using. When they found him, of course, nobody was there. Everybody ran and left him, and he passed away. Yeah. He's, at the time, younger than me still, and this has been a few years ago. Nick, that we talked about earlier, is one of his homeboys, too. Like, this shit happens, man. It hits close to home, and it sucks. You may even know, I'll say his name off air, and I'll ask you, but it's just a shitty situation that he wasn't around good people. They left him, and...
Yeah, and when you hang around in circles like that, man, they don't care about you. I've been in this situation. Those people don't give a fuck about anything but what they can get out of you.
Yep. And my grandma always had a good saying. She said, they'll get you high, they'll let you die. And I never believed it as a kid because I was like, well, I smoke weed with people that, like, I trust. But then, like, getting into, like, harder drugs, I'm like, okay, now I see what that means.
Right.
Like, I totally understand. It makes sense. Real quick, I don't know if there's anything y'all want to touch on. I want to go into something real quick.
Go ahead.
I want to kind of make a new segment out of this almost.
Okay.
I'm going to call it Facebook Fuckery.
Facebook
okay.
Fuckery.
Facebook Fuckery.
Okay.
So, scrolling, like you said, scroll, do a lot. Came across his status, and somebody said, I got a question about a phrase. And he says, what do y'all think about when someone says something like, he got a coffee or something, and he said, no, I don't need no sugar because you're sweet enough, or something like that. And they said it was sexual harassment. He actually got fired and lost his job. My personal opinion, and I commented, and I was like, it's only sexual harassment if they find, if the person that says it, they find them unattractive. If a good-looking guy says that, they're not going to have a problem with that shit.
Ooh, no, that's a fact. Yeah, that's a fucking fact. No, bro, I will tell you right now, because there's, bro, I fucking message, bro, I'm a slut. Like, I slide in plenty of DMs, and I be saying some shit, and all I get is, oh, stop!
Right.
Like that's where, and I've done some shit that, you know, if an unattractive dude were to do, like, they would be like, they would
air him out, and
and like, because I've literally seen chicks post screenshots of dudes in their inbox of stuff, and I'm like, damn, I be doing that a lot.
Or worse, like, well, another thing was somebody came back, not gonna say her name, but she said, what if she had been raped and her rapist said that shit to her, though? And I'm like, what the fuck? Why would he make a coffee reference while he's raping you?
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's a reach. But my response once again, and I said, and how the fuck would that guy who said this have known something so fucking niche was said during her rape? And then I said, stop making your triggers the responsibilities of others. And I said, what if her rapist said, have a nice day? Can we no longer tell this woman to have a nice day? Like, I get it, man. Shit's fucked up. But this dude wasn't saying it in a way that, like, oh, I know what happened when you were raped, and I'm going to throw it back in your face.
Right.
He was saying something trying to give the woman a compliment, and she flipped it and turned it into sexual harassment.
So he lost his job over that shit?
Lost his job over it.
Dude, he could probably sue for that shit. Because there was literally no, I've taken plenty of fucking, what is it called, courses for at work for whatever the fuck, sexual harassment and all that. And none of that was
yeah.
That could even be interpreted sexual.
Because they don't want you to say, like, sweetie or
honey or baby.
That's got to be in California.
Yeah.
I think it's around here. I think it was actually up in Fayetteville.
Yeah.
Is where this guy's
Thank
located.
you, sweetheart. Thank you, honey.
So his exact thing he said was, I don't know why I would need sugar in my coffee with somebody sweet as fuck. Well, that's it, bro.
Sweetie.
Sexy ass little bitch. Like,
sweetie.
She gives you your McDonald's. You're like, thanks, slut.
Slut.
All due respect, you fucking whore.
All due respect.
Hey, I use slut as a term of endearment.
Just like little weird shit like that. And then, like, people said, like,
Sing a little bit.
you said
you know I'm talking about that song? Don't baby.
Okay, that song.
You know, throw baby.
Yeah. You say that to somebody and you not be a good looking man.
Sing a little bit.
Yeah.
Sing a little.
You say that.
Throw baby.
Be an ugly motherfucker and say that. And she gonna be like, what the fuck did you just say to me? Throw what, motherfucker? Like,
throw baby.
Yeah, and you sexy little bitch, like, what the fuck? But if you're a good looking dude, or if she's into you, of course you can say some shit like that. But this whole coffee thing, man, I just thought it was like, and for the girl to bring up what she was raped and her rapist said that. I even said that in my sentence, I was like, stop reaching. That's
so she said she was raped and her rapist said that?
Like, she said, what if that was the thing?
Okay.
Like, what if that's why she was so triggered?
So, yeah, like, how the fuck would he know? He just, That's wild.
It's just, I don't know. I see a lot of dumb shit on social media.
Oh, bro, I spend half my... when I wake up, most people get their coffee when they wake up. Me, I wake up and get on Facebook to finish my argument that I started yesterday.
Yeah. I've been this shit a lot.
If you go on Facebook Reels, and I guarantee you'll see, if you look in the comments on Facebook Reels on any of them, I guarantee you'll see my ass.
You'll have Milkimadeit
talking shit to somebody.
Sexy little bitch. Milky just talking shit.
The song is called Throw Baby.
Throw Baby?
Yeah, Throw Baby.
Sexy little hoe.
Yeah, she said on there.
I just thought that shit was, I don't know. That was a reach to me, and it was something so wild this morning. And I'm just going to start keeping little, like, archives of this shit.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to call it Facebook fuckery. And we just going to talk about it. I think we did this a couple times, too, in the past where I'm like, what do you think about this situation? Yeah. So that's what I'm going to start doing from now on. There's so much wild shit on social media, bro. I can make a whole podcast out of. We can have a Facebook fuckery podcast with the shit that I see.
You got anything else you want to touch your bases on, Milky?
Anything? Yeah. Plug, promote.
Yeah, I got
promote the plug.
Promote the plug. We do not do that. Yeah, I just got another project coming up. Snake Eater. It's an EP that's been in the making for 2 years. I made the whole thing was made while I was struggling with the fentanyl. Like it was at the peak of all that. So I'll be releasing Snake Eater. It's gonna be. I'm gonna be exclusively releasing it through Rockstar Radio first. It's one of my friends. He has a site and an app and all that for you can play all sorts of music on there and whatnot. But I'm gonna be releasing that on Rockstar Radio first, and then I'll be putting it on Spotify and all that. So Snake Eater and
do you have a single out yet? Or
I do. Do I have a single out? I don't think so yet.
Do you know, like, you got it planned?
I do. I do plan on dropping a single before. I've got some stuff to take care of first, but I will be dropping a single. There's like, I think 6 tracks on the EP. Okay. But yeah, I'll be putting out the music video. That's what it is. I'm waiting on the Loyal to finish up the music video. Okay. Yeah, it's an EP. It's dealing with a lot of like the drugs and shit, and a lot of the shit I was going through. So it's a really personal project, but I've been holding on to it for a while. Like I haven't dropped it yet. I just got the cover art done, so that'll be coming out soon. And the pop-up studio and Lastsayso just gonna be, we're gonna be keep doing shows and music and all that.
And I have the links to the Lastsayso page, Lucidome, everything that we had in the previous episode. I'll put it in the description again. Man, that Snake Eater sounds like something fucking dope.
Yeah,
like
just the title, Snake Eater.
Yeah, just the topics that I can only imagine that you're gonna touch on.
Yeah,
that's why I said I like that type of music.
Snake Eater is because there's a song called Ophiophage on there. Yeah. And when I was married, my wife had a coworker that kept hanging around, and he kept acting cool with me, and he ended up fucking her. So I fucking tried to fucking get him to. I kept trying to fucking get him to fight him and beat his ass, and he was a pussy. He never showed up. So I made a song about eating him.
Oh, so Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, I shot a music video. Still waiting on the music video to come out, but I had a fucking snake around my neck, and I'm cutting a fucking piece of like raw liver. I got a beer right here, and I'm like eating the liver, and then fucking Loyal goes, it's raw beef liver. Yeah. And Loyal goes, all right, now take a bite. And I was like, no, dude. And he's like, no, take a bite, dude. It's for the fucking video, man. Like, you gotta fucking take a bite. And I was like,
I think you're right. I think get liver raw.
So I just fucking took a bite, chewed it, and he's like, no, chew it. And I was like, he's like, let me get a video of you chewing it.
Swallow it.
I did not swallow it. I spit it out. Swallow it. But yeah, so I'm waiting on that. I still gotta finish doing some stuff for him before he can finish that video, and I'm waiting for it to come out. Once I drop that, then I'll be releasing the EP through Rockstar Radio, Snake Eater. I'm really not looking forward to the video though, because I was like kind of chunky and I wasn't working out, so I'm fucking. But whatever.
What's that saying? I'd rather be a little chunky than a little druggy or something. I mean, I think, that's one thing I do see when people get sober. I don't know why it didn't fucking work for me, but when people get sober, you usually see them put on weight.
Yeah. And no, not me neither, man. I'm down to 165 right now, man, and
that's decent weight.
I mean, yeah, but I was
if I could weigh 165, I'd be happy as fuck.
I've been trying to bulk up to 200 because I used to be 200, but I work out, so I'm trying to get swole. At 165, I'm just looking cut, Yeah.
I wish I got that fucking sober fucking 20-pound game people normally get.
Real.
Cool. Now I eat like shit too. I eat junk food and all kinds of shit.
Right. I just got a fucking fast metabolism, man. I can eat nonstop, and man.
Sean, your shit don't even work, does it? He said, no. I see what
the only time I gained 200 pounds because my ex-wife, she can cook. She can cook too, and that's why I got fat.
Hey, a woman's cooking will fuck you up, man. Especially she can do it for real.
I want to end it by, because, just like the last episode, giving you your flowers.
Appreciate you, man.
That's what I want to end it off with. really, really good business relationship with you.
Hell yeah, bro.
Man, I feel like I was telling him, I said, your name gotta be in a discussion when it comes to hearing around this Arkansas period. If you say like who's like been staying consistent, been doing their thing, who was one of the best, they don't know the history if they don't, say Milki, Loyal Cole, or they say you as a group, like Lastsayso, like they not a part of the music scene, like they not keeping up with if they don't say your name. You guys paved the way for a lot of artists. When I first started getting serious about it, trying to find somewhere to record, you guys were the only ones at that point in time that I knew about that was recording. Later on in the future, a couple other people started opening up studios and stuff, but it wasn't the same. Like as far as like the vibe, the sound, and then I had other people coming to me like, "Hey man, like where to go record?" And I was like, "Lastsayso." And then Lucidome, my bad, Lucidome. And then me meeting other artists and saying like, "Hey man, where you go record?" Lucidome. So I feel like you are responsible for a lot of music when it comes to here in Arkansas.
Appreciate it.
Like I don't know. I keep going on and on and on, but
speaking on that,
responsible for a lot of that.
I want your opinion. What's your best thing that you've touched that like you've been a part of that you're most proud of? What would you say it is? Whether it be a beat, whether it's just something you mixed, what's something that you're just like, that was the dopest thing I've ever.
Oh, like you talking about like music wise?
Music wise, like
fuck, dude, that's.
I know you've done so much, yeah.
Bro. Dude, that's honestly super hard. Because I love every song I make. Like I listen to my own music a lot. But
that's crazy because a lot of people don't. A lot of people can't. I'm one that can't.
I listen after I make a song. I gotta play it I play it probably the whole day. Yeah. Like over and over, and then I'll listen to it, make sure I didn't fuck anything up, and then I'll just jam out to it. But the best thing I touched, honestly, fucking.
Or that you're most proud of. Maybe it's not the best thing, but it's just something you. Just if somebody said, "Hey, show me something," Milki made it. I would show him this, and I'd be like, "This is something he is like genuinely like the top of his list." He's like, "I can't believe I got to do that, or I did this, or it came out this way." Is there anything that comes to the top of your mind?
Man, not really. Honestly, I just
feel like you put your best into everything.
Yeah, literally every song I make. It'd probably be easier to tell you which is my least favorite because every song that I make, I listen to over and over because I feel like if I can't listen to it 100 times in a row and enjoy it, then nobody else will enjoy it. So even I used to just drop tracks just willy nilly, just put them out there. Yeah. Now I don't even want to drop a track until I've listened to it for 3 weeks. And that's why I've got.
See if it has that longevity.
Exactly, the longevity. That's why that Snake Eater EP is going on 3 years now, and I still haven't dropped it. And I can anytime I want. I don't know. I gotta listen to it a few more times.
Yeah. Are you in there like changing stuff, like moving stuff out, putting stuff back
on an EP? No, I've lost all those files. I still have some of the files, but no, there's nothing I can really. I think honestly, I want to leave that the way it is, just because of that was when I was struggling with all that shit, and I think it's just leaving it like that is how it should be done. I don't want to change something that it's in the past.
Yeah.
But
we definitely don't want to over polish something so gritty too. That top is
You need that one. Okay. So I'm gonna put you on the spot right here. It's probably gonna be hard for you to answer. But I'm gonna put you on the spot. Top 5 local artists. Go.
Top 5 local artists. Ain't hard for me to answer. Go. That's Eazer.
Mm-hmm. We said Eazer.
422 Smithy. My boy. I gotta put him up there. Staples. Can I leave Loyal out of it?
Yeah.
Do I have to? Because he's obviously, I'm talking about besides Lastsayso.
Okay.
So I got.
You said Eazer, 422 Smithy, Staples.
Damn. Hold up.
What's that? 4 or 3?
That's 3.
3. We got 2 more.
I'm just drawing a blank on people. I'm trying to think of people now.
Yeah.
So I'll give you 2 real quick that I'd put in the list. Because I had to put Sick Goon in.
Man, I do fuck with Sick Goon, man. Honestly.
I'd have to put
you got Lastsayso.
So. Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah. Number 5.
It's hard. It's a hard one.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I think Don Poppy's my favorite, like, local person.
Really?
Yeah, I like Don Poppy. Don Poppy's hard as fuck. He does not sound like local at all. He sounds like somebody who's sharpened and well polished. Yeah.
Everybody's top 5 would be different, right?
Man.
You got room for one more.
I say Kelso.
Okay. All of them are dope.
Yeah.
Top 5 wack? No, we ain't gonna go.
I got the top
Bro,
20.
Hey, no, you said it, bro.
I ain't gonna do
You
that.
said it.
You
I got the top 20 for the wack.
Top 5 whack.
Well, he done called out one that I got.
I say fuck Hollywood, fuck K-Bro.
Bro, when I leave here, I'm playing all. I think I know the Hollywood dude. Like,
and fuck that toasted dude too. That dumbass motherfucker.
I don't know nobody from Van Buren. I'm not from Van Buren, motherfucker. I just live there now.
I thought you knew people from there.
I don't know.
Yeah, I've got 3 local rappers I can name right now that I don't like. Fuck.
Is it personal or is it musical?
Both. Well, actually no. Because though, goddamn it. Who did I say? Oh, Toasted and fucking Hollywood. Their music sucks. K-Bro, and it's personal. K-Bro is personal because fuck that guy, and his music though, like he's actually pretty talented. Like I actually enjoy working with him. He's just a little bitch.
But see, and that's dope that you can do that. You can separate. Okay, personally, I don't like you, but I can still say your music ain't bad.
Oh yeah,
that's cool.
That
lets me know when you say somebody's music is bad. I can take your actual word for it and not be like, oh, well, you just personally don't like. No, I can believe you when you say like, no.
I'll tell you straight up. Even if I don't I can hate your fucking guts. But if you make a dope track, hell yeah. Like,
that's dope. A lot of people won't do that. A lot of people be like, nah, fuck him on a personal level, so fuck his music.
That's what I love. That's what I love when I get into fights with people and like I love that. I love this shit. Whenever I get into an argument with somebody and they start talking shit about my music, I'm like, all right, that's how I know you're pissed off because I know my music doesn't suck. So you're just trying to hurt my feelings.
Nothing else to go at. Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean, I guess I could say the same thing for Eazer. Like I don't have a personal beef with Eazer, but he got into a fight with my cousin. Or, well, he didn't get to... somebody got into a fight with Eazer. My cousin was there. They got jumped.
Yeah.
Long time ago. But if you ask me, hey, can Eazer rap? Yeah, he can rap his fucking ass off all day.
Oh, yeah.
It's shit's dope.
Yeah.
But, like, there was a point in time where I was like, damn, do I need to have beef with Eazer now? Like, what the fuck? But, yeah. Dookie. Lil Dookie.
Oh god, that guy!
Lil Dookie wild, but like
he can freestyle like a
yeah.
We were at a party one time on May Avenue. We had a big ass party, and I'm just chilling out on the back porch. I fucking look inside. I see Lil Dookie open up the fucking fridge, grab a gallon of fucking milk, and just start drinking. I'm like, what the fuck, guys? What the fuck you doing drinking the motherfucking milk, dog?
Yeah. I watched Lil Dookie sew his mouth shut with a thread and needle.
Dude, he is
and go knock the same apartments where Loyal used to live at, but the ones across the street went door to door and asking people if they could help him.
Like
cut his shit.
Oof.
Yeah, the dude's a trip. He can freestyle like motherfucker. Just off the top, just
yep. He said a line one time, and bro, like it was a freestyle, but it stuck with me so hard. He said something about, I'm alone in the room watching a ghost could dope on a spoon or something, and like I don't know why, but they just like still to this day I think about that line like randomly. I can picture a ghost in the corner like cooking dope on a spoon, like dude, Lil Dookie's wild, bro. Like his song Northside was dope. Yeah, I wish I could still find that shit.
I'm sure it's probably still on SoundCloud.
Think so?
Yeah, because
I totally forgot about it.
Probably under Green Mile SoundCloud or something.
Green Mile, it was him and Eazer, Green Mile, Lil Dookie. Damn.
Taking it back, people don't know, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like,
hey, y'all ever heard of a group? It's not Green Mile, but they were called.
I actually got a collab coming up with Eazer.
Do you?
Yeah. Eazer's dope, bro.
Like a solo song or like a project?
Just a song.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Waiting on him to record his verse. Hurry up, Eazer.
Eazer. Get on your ball, man. There used to be a group back in the day. It wasn't called Green Mile. It was like, Green City Smokers. You ever heard of them?
Nah.
Bro, they were hard as fucking. I can't find them nowhere.
From here?
Yeah. Like they had this skit talking about Mountainburg and like they were being like rednecks in the skit talking about them boys and them throwing back jerseys and like it was the funniest shit. But their songs was hard and I've never heard them like after that. Green City Smokers. Yeah. So if y'all got any information on Green City, same thing with what's his name, PBZ.
Yeah,
can't find his Platinum Boy. Can't find him nowhere.
You ain't heard of PBZ, bro?
That name sounds familiar,
bro.
PBZ, baby. Hard. Can't find him. Well, yes. I think you sent like a few, but his old shit, like, can't find it.
Yeah.
He did
there's some stuff on
he did a freestyle to Anthony Hamilton's Charlene. And it's the hardest shit. Like, he was a rapper type singer dude.
Right.
I know I can't play it because I don't want to
we'll get flagged. Well, here, we'll go ahead. That's 50-50 episode. What is this? 22?
You can't really see, like, the picture. I don't know if you can.
Can you actually see him?
But he's from Fort Smith. He went to North Side. I believe he went to South Side.
Hard.
He's hard, bro. Lastsayso shot some of his videos. He actually got songs with Sosa. He got a song with Charlie Boy.
Yep.
Like he's
hard.
Dope, bro. He's dope.
I'd put him in top 5 if I could find any of this shit.
Yeah.
But
he's hard.
50-50 episode 22.
Yeah, 50-50. We out.